Website for more information.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker. You can now keep in touch by following Jewellery Maker on Twitter. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Join guest designer and polymer clay expert Debbie Bulford for our Extruder DVD. Debbie will guide you through a variety of techniques, including how to create geometric patterns, the soutache and lace look, and much more. To get your hands on a copy, simply contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Good afternoon, jewellery makers. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. My name is Becky and we are joined by a truly inspirational designer today. Not only is she going to be showing us some really beautiful gemstone heavy pieces, but also some interchangeable pieces as well. She's with us all afternoon until 5 o'clock. It is the lovely Debbie. Hello, how are you?
Or Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, what am I talking about? I'm sorry, Hannah. How are you, Hannah?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. To be honest, I was a little bit distracted that my hair was kind of caught up in my earpiece.
Oh, no.
I'm back with you. What have you got for the first design we'll be seeing from you in about half an hour? How would you describe it?
Well, I've had a little play with the scale mail, and I've tried to sort of make an interchangeable necklace bracelet all in one design, so you can wear it either as one big thing or you can take it all apart and wear it as a set, if you like. So, yeah.
So we've got that coming up in around half an hour. After that, I have got for you some serious goodies as well. Plenty of strands in there, plenty of beauties, including an exceptional strand. Genuine emerald for you today. I'm going to be bringing this to you very shortly, and if you are interested in this, why not work it in with some of these beautiful brand spanking new strand of silver coloured cashew pearls. These are coming up for you in a very short time, both of these, but I then, after that, will be heading across again to the lovely Hannah, and let's have a little discussion about your second piece.
Well, I had a little bit of a hiccup, as in I didn't get the wire until yesterday afternoon, so it's all been a bit mad dash, but I've made a couple of quite gem-heavy wire bracelets, and I've kind of gone for, instead of, we see a lot of wire bracelets with gemstone embellishment. Well, this is a gemstone bracelet with wire embellishment. So that's the plan. And again, an interchangeable necklace as well with different pendants as well.
It's almost like a charm necklace, isn't it, in a
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, kind of. Yeah, very easy technique, but you know, you can wear it with all sorts of things if you've got different attachments.
It is beautiful. In my final hour, I have got coming up for you some real treats again. I have got some hot off the press brand new strands. In fact, I think I've got 3 today. Very, very lucky to have that. But also I've got for you some super stasher top up deals, including buy one get one frees and buy one get one half prices. So loads for you today. But I've got coming, winging its way into the studio soon, hopefully, brand new memory wire. We've always had the silver, but I'm also going to be bringing to you the gold colour and the rose gold colour memory wire in a bundle. You've got your chance to get your hands on it. It's something we've never done before. We've never had it before, so be the first to own it. That will be coming up later on in the show. I also have for you the Becky bargain bonanza that I did the other day with this stunning strand. Do you remember? I went and did my bargaining with management. If you missed out on that story the other day, do not worry, you can catch up on it later when I bring you this strand. Needless to say, it is a true deal and a half. Imperial topaz. This is coming up for you later on too. But before all of that, let's kick off as we mean to go on, shall we? How about a whole section of under £10? It doesn't mean that it should be under £10, but it will be. So let's take a look. Let's add a pop of colour with these beautiful pieces. Say that to me again. Yeah, it is. Sorry, this is obviously not peach pearls, but that is in that box. Pardon? Yes, this is 8. Sorry, the boxes are dancing around a little bit. This is your peach cultured pearls, and these are 7 by 8 mil. Now, the beautiful thing with this colour is it just goes with absolutely everything. It's very bridal, but also slightly warming as well. The great thing I always think with a potato pearl is, due to the way that these ones are drilled, I always think you get an extra couple, you get an extra few, don't you? Another lovely thing with the potato pearls is the fact that you can tell they're real. You don't get faux potato pearls, do you? You can't really, you always get full round, so people are going to know straight away that this is a genuine pearl. Another wonderful thing is, as I said back at the end of last year, this is definitely going to be the gem and the piece for 2014, and to toot my own horn, wasn't I right? Pearls are absolutely everywhere this year, running not only into spring, summer, but all the way into autumn, winter as well. We've seen a high increase in the people buying this, so I really strongly suggest you get yourself on the phone right now. The price today for DF GP22 is a tiny £4.95. This is an under £10 section. It's going to be your last chance to buy a lot of these. We're starting as we mean to go on. This is an exceptional price for genuine pearls. I've got people on the phone for this, buying 2 and 3 at a time already. It's £4.95 for genuine pearl. And remind yourself how much we're looking at for these. Pearls are something that have been ageless and timeless, and is so fashionable right now that you really do need to get some of this on your stall if you haven't already. £4.95 on this for you today. Okay. Now, take a little look at this green quartz for me. Beautiful faceting on this, isn't it? This is your sea green colour-coated quartz, and these are your graduated faceted rice beads. Now you've got 75 carats worth on here. It's a 22 centimetre strand. Now the lovely thing with this colour coating is you can already get the sense of the clarity in here. There's nothing hidden. You can see the gemstone itself is completely eye clear, and you just have that beautiful hue cascading across the top, which, as you can see as I'm spinning this around, the faceting is just working superbly with this. 22 centimetre strand. What price are we going for on these? Ooh, It's under £10. Your price on this today is £9.95. It is your beautiful sea green colour, and of course it is one of your most popular shapes with us as well, the faceted rise bead. It's so easy to use. I know you have plenty of ideas as to what to do with this at home. It's 75 carats, £9.95 today. Say that to me. There's people on the phones for it, he was saying. That's all he was saying. 22 centimetres is the length of this strand. You've got plenty on here. Beautiful graduation. £9.95. Let's move on. Wowzers. Stunning strand. You can see the tone of this and you can tell instantly what it is, can't you? 40 carats worth of this stunning iolite, and these are your faceted ovals. Now, I would beg to differ with that description. You take a little look at the strand and see what you think. Do they look like faceted ovals to you? They're almost hexagonal, aren't they? And some of them are smoother at the edges than others. In fact, there's some here that are so lengthy. See that one there? You have got a mixture in size in here. It's from around 4x6 all the way to 8x5. Now, this is quite an unusual shape to work with, so let's ask Hannah what she would do with it. What would you do with these ones, Han?
Well, because you've got so much faceting and light bouncing around, it makes sense to use them on something that moves, so maybe like a shoulder drop earring, you know, something that's got a lot of swish to it as you walk.
Well, a swish.
A bit of a swish, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
I think I'd like to use these in a fascinator with sort of a tiara twist and have
very
them
pretty.
because they're quite unusual in shape and size. I think that'd be really nice, maybe for a nighttime ball or something.
Ooh, nice.
Because obviously I go to them on a weekly basis. 30 centimetre strand. Your code on this is RLYY28. You've got 40 carats worth. It's a really beautiful, deep tone to it. Now, iolite itself has been popular for many, many years, hasn't it? And it's been something that the colour itself is almost what you'd think of as a very regal blue tone to it. The name itself does come, of course, from the term meaning violet flower, and that's where we understand this colour itself to come from. What kind of metals would you work with this?
Well, what do you mean, wires and things like that?
Yeah, metal tones and...
well, I mean, I quite like coppers with blues, but I don't know if you'd want to add something else in there, so you've got sort of a third colour. But you could equally add silver to that quite happily, couldn't you? I mean, it depends on your skin tone, really. If you've got a cooler skin tone, you'd probably put silver, but otherwise you go for something like an antique bronze or a copper.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm one of those people who, as soon as I see something a bit blue, I instantly think silver.
Yeah.
But what kind of difference do you get when you're working with the warmer tones, the warmer metal tones?
It's just completely different. You know, I mean, you can look at the same piece of jewellery, the same technique, same design, but if it's in a different metallic, it will look like a completely different item. It really will.
That is something special, isn't it? I absolutely adore. What I will point out about this as well is your drill hole size. It's quite sizable. It's got through the centre at the moment, you've got a beading thread, but also I think through there you would easily be able to get a 0.4 wire, if not maybe even a 0.6, so great for earrings. I just want to let you know that I'm having a few problems with the website at the moment. Right, so if you are sat at home now and you're having a few problems on the internet on our website jewellerymaker.com, apparently there is a little bit of an issue, but the simple way to completely sort it out is to press F5, F for Foxtrot and the number 5. It should be usually at the top bar on your keyboard. F5, give it a press and it will bring up what we're selling at the moment, or simply refresh your page. Just That's what it will do, and then you should get all the products and things up. So F5 if you are having any issues right now. 40 carats of your highlight. Let's bring your price in. It's just £6.95, and it's something so workable. I could actually imagine this on memory wire. We've got that memory wire coming up later on, and because we've got the 3 different colours, why not try it yourself? £3.95 is your price on a 30cm strand. Where are we going next, Pip? Yes, some chain. Now, is this going in this section? No. 925 sterling silver. It's in the under £10 and it's gold plated. I've got really low quantity on this though that we have full stop in the building. It is your Gold Flash 925 open curb chain, and this is a 42cm length. The size of the chain sections is around 3mm, which is so workable. You can easily do charm bracelets with this. I know sometimes with the wires, with your chain, it's just far too thin. With this, it's not going to have a problem at all, possibly even able to get 2 charms off each section of this, which is wonderful. 42cm long, so almost half a metre of this. Let's take a look at your price. £9.95 is the price on this beautiful chain for you today. Now, it's really usable to have chain, isn't it? But also the fact that you're getting that luxury there is something really not to be missed at all. It's something that you can use for everything. Chain is one of those items that you can use for a necklace, you can use it in earrings, you can use it as a bracelet sections, it's headwear you can use it for as well. It is so, so versatile. And another thing I like about it is it's something people recognise, isn't it? It's also fab actually if you get yourself a few strands of this and pop them on your stand, and you give the opportunity for people to purchase themselves a pendant and then perhaps give them the option as to whether they want a normal chain or the 925 gold chain for a few pounds more. It'll make your money, but also it means that a lot of the time they will go for the higher amount. They will go for the 925. They recognise the name, putting more money in your pocket, which is wonderful, isn't it? You've got 42 centimetres now, and this is £9.95. I am only in double figures on this right now though. 68 I have in Norma. Susan from Shropshire, you've got yourself some. Jan in Essex as well. I've got 60 of these left now, and it's around just less than half a metre of your gold sterling silver chain. The lovely thing with the length of it as well is you can make a beautiful necklace length, but then also have some left over to do with as you will. I don't know if you've seen Jean-Paul Gaultier's fashion of this season. He had his fashion line on in the Paris Fashion Week a couple of days ago, and in there he's gone very much for this metallic punky look, which is coming huge into the winter season, and so much chain he is using in there, including earring cuffs that then add chains up to the ear and down to different directions. It really is a high fashion piece. It's £9.95. Let's get more in this section, shall I say. Let's do. Yes. I know that blue gemstones are one of your favourites out there, aren't they? I know so many people who adore blue gemstones. Let's take a little look at this strand, shall we? Pretty. Irregular as well. I can kind of see this little bit of a boho feel to it. It is your neon apatite. How unusual is it to see neon apatite of this size? That's really rare, isn't it? 120 carats worth, VDRU12. What would you think of working with these, Hannah?
Lovely, because they're quite large pieces, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't normally get them quite so chunky. So again, I think I'd opt for something like a silver 0.6 wire, and then make some kind of sort of wrapped, you know, kind of like wrapped sections almost, and like if you make them individually and then connect them together with some jump rings or something like that.
I see.
Make
I
a really
like that.
long necklace, but just with the one gemstone colour and then the silver in between.
I love the idea of that, almost a rosary style, but
Yeah.
a little bit,
But a bit
of an edge.
A bit embellished.
Yeah, I think that's fab. It is 28 centimetre strand. Your price on this today is £9.95. It is 120 carats worth that we have on here, and to see them up to a size of 13 by 10 mil is so unusual. The neon apatite itself, if you've never had yourself a strand of neon apatite before, the colour itself, it kind of says what it has on the tin. Neon. It is neon. It's electric. It's bright. It's powerful. If you haven't had your hands on it before, I would definitely suggest that you get it in this formation, because not only have you got the different shades and the different mixtures, but also you do have the different tones and sizes in there too. It's yours today for just £9.95. And if you want to add a extra splash, why not team it with this little beauty? It is your pink colour crackled quartz. Now the lovely thing with this crackled effect is it is created by us. It is a treatment. It's a completely acceptable treatment on this gemstone, because we're not actually changing the colour particularly of it. What we're trying to do is create this internal inclusion effect. The reason we do this is you'll be able to see that where the colour tone itself, that beautiful pink, creates and gets into these cracks and crevices, the colour itself intensifies and it gives this beautiful pooling effect, which makes it really fun and funky and gives it almost this internal fire effect. Now these are your corner drilled squares or your diamond shapes, and there's something so workable because this on a stretchy, layered, interlinking, almost giving it a honeycomb effect. You can do it within minutes, so simple, but it's quite eye-catching as well. In fact, imagine this on my memory wire that I have coming up later on. 2 twists of it, stunning. Let's take a look at your price. Price today is just £7.95. It's genuine gemstones. It's a bright pop of colour, and if you haven't worked with this shape before, do give it a go. It's a nice extension from perhaps your bicones or your rounds that you'll have worked with before. Give it a go today. Add a little pop of tone, and it's wonderful as well if perhaps you're creating for people who are a little bit colour phobic. Some people who perhaps do not like the bright, splashing, powerful. You've still got areas of transparency in this, but you have the colour tone as well. It's £7.95 for you on this today. I have got for you now the treat that I gave you a deal on earlier last week it was, wasn't it now? Now, if you didn't join us for this, very long story short, I have 2 gemstones, 3 actually, that are up there as my favourite. Opal's definitely the #1, but then next to that I have Imperial Topaz and Zircon. Now, Imperial Topaz I adore so much because the mining process is ridiculously intense. Not only can we not mine at the location for 8 months of the year, but also we then spend all of those 8 months spending thousands and thousands and thousands on huge pieces of equipment that drain water out of a 400-metre ditch, which is our mine. 8 months we can't even get our hands on this gemstone because literally 400 metres into the crust it's covered with water. It's a lake. So really, really difficult to get your hands on. But also when we can actually get our hands on it, because of the high water table and because of the risks involved with the location, you're actually only allowed 3 to 4 miners in that mine at any one time. So it's so tricky to get your hands on, and it's so, so beautiful. Now, I went for you, I got requested to go and see if I could do a little bit of a cheeky deal on one of my favourites. So I kept my eyes out for this. I got my hands on it. I took it to management. We had a meeting. It was, tell you what, it was proper formal meeting. Had a sit down. I wanted to be able to give everyone at home the chance to own this stunning gemstone. They suggested to me, brand new strand, bearing in mind when I did this last week, brand new strand. Their suggested price to me for this stunning strand, the price they were going to go in with, was £29.95. I started off the bartering process because the night before I'd been watching Super Scrimpers, and they say start off low, meet in the middle. I started off low and they agreed on it. Your price today is not £29.95. Your price is just £9.95. Girl did good, right? Girl did good. But I did so good that last time we started with triple figures. But we haven't got anywhere near that now. You have only got 24 of these left in stock at this moment in time. It's going to be your last chance to purchase this. And the thing is, once this is gone, when you get more Imperial Topaz, it might be more like the £29.95, especially as right now we are currently heading into the rainy season in the location where we get this from, which means that we won't be able to get our hands on it. It's 22 of these that I have left in stock. It's £9.95. Now, trust me, it's the first time I'd gone to management about a strand. I was keeping my eyes out for a beautiful strand of Imperial Topaz because I think it's really unusual that you see such a high quality of Imperial Topaz with this beautiful richness of tone. So I was keeping my eyes out for something special, and when I saw it on the list, it just spoke to me, and I knew that I had to go and speak to management about it. And I did. £29.95, they said. I went in with £9.95 thinking I'll be dead chuffed if I can get it for £19.95. Let's work up, let's meet in the middle. And they just went, all right, but you have to get rid of them all. They all have to go. Not a problem. I can do that for you, I said. Do not let me down though, because I've got 6 left now. Could you imagine if I've gone through all of that? And they were like, yeah, go on then if you can. And then I can't. 6 left is all I have of this. I started off the other day with triple figures, but I've only got 6 of them left in stock. And the thing is, we haven't got any more of this left in the vault. The 6 that you've got on screen is the 6 that we have. It is so difficult to get your hands on. And Topaz itself is high-end anyway, isn't it? We know that. We know Topaz has this name, this luxurious name, this symbol. But Imperial Topaz is by far the most precious of the whole of the Topaz family. I've only got 4 left right now, so if you have got this in your basket, absolutely imperative that you check it out right now, because otherwise you will miss out. I'm gonna have to move on. I can see that there are people with it in their baskets not checking out. I've only got 4 left. Should have been £29.95. That's what was suggested. £9.95 is your price. Now, what I will say is, I've got 4 left on my screen, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people with it in their baskets. If you do not check out now, people with it in your baskets, well, basically 2 of you are going to miss out. So it's just fastest finger first right now. 2 have checked out. I've got 2 left. None. It's all gone. £9.95 for you today. It's a stunning strand under £10. Where are we going, Pip? Pardon? No, it's not. Come on. Yes, beautiful, found it. Have a little look at this lovely strand of multi-beryl. I hope you enjoyed. Did you enjoy that Imperial Topaz? You should do that again. Shouldn't I go and hassle the management again just to see? Now this is 150 carats worth of your multicoloured beryl in these graduated faceted medium nuggets, and these are 10 by 3 all the way to 19 by 8 mil. You've got in here some heliodor, you've got some morganite, You've always got emerald tones in here actually as well, haven't you? Aquamarine, you've got plenty of in this strand too. Now, beryl is known as the mother of the gemstone family because you have such big names in there. I always think of the beryl family as like the Joneses. You know, the people next door who are like, oh, the Joneses, look at their garden. Aren't they beautiful? And they always have people over for soirees and like they know what 11s is. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think beryls, a family of stones, are just like that. And you've got so many mixtures of colours in here, and these are all beautiful different gemstones. It's one of the most famous families as well. 150 carats worth, so you're getting plenty on here. What I would say is they are an unusual shape, aren't they? They're not your, say, rounds. However, because it is such a high grade of family, it's beautiful to be able to work with these irregular faceted shapes. Imagine these on a fascinator or even a wire wrap ring would be fab, wouldn't it? Now, it is your highest class of family of gemstone realistically. It's one of the most sought after and currently one of the most fashionable because, as we all know, this year and next year, coloured gemstones are way outweighing the clear. So, its popularity is rising, but we're keeping your price low. Your price for this stunning strand today is just £9.95. It is the most popular of the gemstone families. A lot of people now are shying away from your base colour things like diamonds, and they're going for your colourful gemstones, especially in wedding rings and engagement rings. The popularity has increased incredibly. So it's wonderful to be able to add pops of colour to your stall for just £9.95. And you can see the amount you've got in here. You've got a hefty load on here. Very, very wearable, really beautiful mix of tones. And it's yours today for just £9.95. Now, join me after the break, because coming up I have got for you the wonderful Hannah Osbourne, and we are going to be looking at some interchangeable pieces. We have got a little bit of everything in there and some real beautiful, warm, deep tones too. And I've got you a cracking price on that too. I'll see you after this break.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away. If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just £69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new jewellery maker hobby.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Hello, welcome to Designer Inspiration. Why am I singing? My name's Becky, and joining us today is the lovely Hannah Osbourne. Hi Hannah.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Now I'm just having a little look across to your pieces. Have a little look. These are the interchangeable. Is it just me? They've got a bit of an oriental warm feel to them, don't they?
I think because of the twisted scale mail, I think it's reminiscent of like a dragon's tail or something like that.
Literally, that is exactly what I was thinking. Completely.
So, yeah, a bit oriental.
Have a look at the twisted section. This is the section that has a little bit of something extra hidden, doesn't it?
Yes.
Find out exactly what we're talking about in a moment or two. But before that, I am going to give you a little bit of a sneaky peek. It's literally just winged its way down to us. It is our memory wire, brand spanking new memory wire. Have a little look. You've never seen that before, have you? Gold memory wire. Silver, long lost friend, we love you, but rose gold, brand new as well. These are coming up for you shortly. Gold and rose gold, you've never seen them before, we've never brought them to you, and you've got plenty more. And also, got a little bit of a challenge with this, haven't you, Hannah?
Definitely.
How exciting!
I love the rose gold one, really.
Isn't that stunning?
Really pretty, isn't it?
The rose gold itself is beautiful. Almost that old gold look to it, hasn't it?
It's
vintage.
quite a subtle colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it would blend very nicely with a lot of gemstones.
Oh, that is coming up for you shortly. But before all of that, I want to give you a little sneaky peeky brand new strand. You know, I said I had 3 for you today, didn't I? This is one of them. Rio quartz. Oh, people at home, you are so lucky you are not in my head right now. I've just had the boys in the gallery singing, her name is Rio, but out of time and tune. Oh, this is your Rio quartz. It's coming up for you later on. It's a beautiful strand, cracking colour in that, isn't there? But before all of that, let me bring to you our designer inspiration kit, shall we? Now, in the kit, what we like to do is we give our guest designer all of the goodies, we let them go wild with it and let their imagination and creative, and then we give you a chance to own the kit, but also you have the chance to have plenty left over to create whatever else you would like. Let's start off with the beautiful gemstones, shall we? Take a look at these 3 strands. Now, what did you think first off when you saw these strands, Hannah?
Well, I'm quite a fan of the fiery colours anyway, so I was very happy to be working with these, and also because of the different sizes and shapes, it means that it's open to quite a lot of different looks.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite easy to make something unusual because you've got the unusual cuts in there.
I agree with that, definitely can create some unusual looks. Now in here you have 340 carats of your shaded brown agate, those are 11 mil. You've got 480 carats of your puffy coins and they are 20 mil. And finally you have 70 carats of these flat ovals and those are 8 by 6, 70 carats worth on there. So you have these 3 strands as well as that. You've got your threading materials as well, monofilament, elastic and your beading thread. You have got a findings pack in here as well. This is your rose gold colour. You've got in there chain, rondelles, cord ends, 15 open jump rings, and those are your 5mm ones as well. If you are interested in jump rings, I've got even more for you here. I have got 200 in total of your orange saw jump cut. Now we say orange, but I think you'll agree they have got a sort of a metallic tone to them, don't they? Almost a brassy colour. Now these ones, this here we have the 6mm and we have the 5mm as well. Of the jump ring, so 6mm, 5mm, 100 of each. We've also got the scales in here too, in the orange colour, so it's all very complementary. 100 of these, and these ones are your smaller ones, so these are the ones that are the 22 by 13mm. Now on the jump rings, the size, the internal diameter of 4.1 by 5, and the other is 5mm ID, which I know is the important one. That almost looks like a toucan there, doesn't it? With a multicoloured beak. Can you see it? Just me? No? Agreeing, yeah. So these are all the goodies you're getting. Let's reiterate. Threading material, findings pack, loads of jump rings with an ID of 4.1 and an ID of 5. You've got your scales, and you've got, as well as that, 3 beautiful gemstones, 70 carats of your flat ovaled agate, 180 of the jasper, and 340 of the brown faceted 11mm agate. Price you should be paying today is £42.60. Now the reason that it's that price is not only have you got loads of heavy gemstones in there, but also you've got the little treat of all these jump rings and all these goodies. That's the price it would be if you went on our website right now. Use your discount code HIGC21 is your discount code. If you type that in, you will get it today for not £42.60, but for just HIGC21, it's your discount code today. £32.60, around £10 you're saving off this today. Go on, it's Tuesday. Let's do better. Why not? If that's not an excuse, I don't know what is. £26.95 is your price for Inferno. Good name. Definitely fiery, hot tones in here today, isn't there? You get all of those findings and much more. Should have been nearly £43. It's just £26.95 for you today. All of these goodies. Hannah, hello. Let's see what you've created. Now, give us your inspiration here.
Well, really, I kind of just wanted to have a play with the scale mail initially. So I started creating something, and then as I was moving it around, deciding what I was going to do with it, that's when I got the sort of the dragon's tail spiral from.
I think that's such a beautiful effect.
Yeah, and that just kind of, that was the main feature, and I thought, right, I just need to make sure that I can include that, but at the same time, because I want that to be the feature, I want to do something else with it. I wanted to be able to detach it, and yeah, it just all worked very nicely for me in the end. So I guess it was a little bit of the name, the colours, the scales, and it all just sort of came out in my head as dragons. Really,
I can totally see where you have that idea from. It's this section here that we are going to show you how to detach and actually wear as a separate piece of jewellery shortly. Your price on this kit today should have been closer to £43. It's only £26.95 for you today. Get your hands in it whilst you can though. I don't want you to risk it and wait till the end of the hour and think that we'll definitely have some left. You've had a look at the jewellery. We're going to show you how to make the interchangeable link necklace. It's yours today for just £26.95. These absolutely stunning pieces. So Hannah, where are we going to start off on this piece?
Well, I'm going to start by demonstrating how to create the dragon scale tail first, and then once I've got the idea, we can perhaps take it off there and show the finished piece, if that's all right.
Fab.
Yeah. Okay. So I've I've taken one of my toggle clasps that's in the findings pack, and I've just taken the little the ring part of it to start with, and then all you do is you take the 6mm jump rings and you attach one to the top, and I've got no nails, so I'm going to have to use 2 pairs of pliers. In fact, if I can just do that like that, so you just attach this to the top of one of your scales, like so, and just pinch them together. So that's your starting point, and then from now on, all the scales you want to sort of sit kind of inside themselves like that as you go down. So for each new scale, you take 2 jump rings, and you've got to imagine that they have to sit so that they're in like a V shape. So they have to go outside of the previous ring that was there. So if I just attach the first one, again, all the big ones, or the 6mm ones. So there's one jump ring, and just pick up your other scale, oops, and just hook it on the one side. Oh, there we go.
So you're doing these with 2 of your chain noses, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean chain nose or flat nose, it's just because my nails are so weak that at the moment I can't actually do it with my fingers. But if you've got strong nails, then you could do. So that's the one side. And here we go on the other side, exactly the same, but you have to remember that this link has to go on the other side of the scale, and it has to be in an outward V shape. So hook that in. And then just tighten it up again.
So that it falls.
Yeah, just because you want them to sit on like sort of on top of each other. Get my fingers out of the way. There
I can see.
Can you see that?
So if I show you it this way, you can see that we've got them going at either side, creating this V shape, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, and then the next scale, you do exactly the same thing, except you need to make sure you only hook the last scale that you put on, and you need to make sure your jump ring, again, goes in an outward fashion. Oops.
Outward fashion.
Yeah, so you hook it through.
So you're actually hooking that through the scale as opposed to through the other jump rings, aren't you?
Yeah, so through the scale, but underneath the last ring that you did, because you don't want them to get tangled up. It looks a bit strange to start with. You have to get a few on there before it'll sit properly and you can see the pattern. But if I sort of lie it down after I've attached anything, then you can see as we're going.
When you have worked with, have you worked with scales before? You haven't?
Not much, no, not very much.
How did you find it then, if it's kind of your first attempt? Because the look itself is quite dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, you get into a rhythm, and once you're in the flow, it's quite easy.
Yeah.
It's just getting to grips with them to start with.
Yeah.
And obviously everything's always slightly more difficult when you're on on TV and you're trying to do it down there instead of up here.
Well, yeah. You saw Sammy's owl the other day?
I did. I thought that was lovely, actually.
Yeah, Sammy on the other day, and she was petrified of not pinging jump rings everywhere.
It is quite nerve-wracking, because there is quite a high risk of that. So apologies in advance if anybody gets a jump ring flinging their way towards them.
That's all right. But remember, Ben, where there's blame, there's a claim, isn't there? So.
Oh no! So again, just to repeat the pattern again. So you pick up the last scale that you did and hook on with 2 jump rings, making sure that they sit underneath the last scale that you added. Like that. And this one. Hook this in there too. It's one of those things that you could easily get confused, so if you put it down, you can see where your pattern's gone.
Yes, I know, because you can see instantly, can't you?
Yeah, so you can see the pattern starting to form like that.
Yep.
So you just continue that until you've got to the point where you've got enough to wrap all the way around your wrist.
This is how it looks from the front, beautiful and neat and tidy. And then this is the back.
With all the scales.
With all of these, literally just all of your links, literally just recreating that V shape we did at the beginning. You can go all the way down.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So if we show you the necklace that I've made with it, can I move that or?
Yeah, go ahead.
So all I've done with this, if I take this apart, you'll see where the twisting has come in. So if I unhook that and unhook this.
So you finished it off with the toggle clasp and the S shape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Put the S shape on the other
side. So you get this, it's almost like a sort of is it a millipede or a centipede?
Yes.
When you see it like that, with all these links together, and then you see the other side. You've got all the little rings, which I think look like the underside of a dragon. Not that I've ever met a dragon, you know. And then what I've done is simply twisted it. So if you take one end, and take the other end, and twist it like that, that's where you get your dragon's tail from.
Yeah, that's where you get this effect.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then all I've done with that is made sure that one end of the bracelet has got a hook and one end has got a link, as you would with a normal bracelet. And then when you make the necklace, as I'll show you in a minute, you make sure that you carry on so that where you've got a hook at the bottom of your bracelet, you then start with a loop on the necklace.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to wear this necklace on its own,
then you can.
You've got like a necklace and a bracelet set. But the necklace itself has got all kinds of little techniques, so if I'm allowed to demo that as well.
You absolutely
are.
Yeah, You've
great.
got plenty of
so
time.
So we can try and make the whole thing if possible.
Yeah, beautiful.
So if I leave you that for a minute.
No problem. Let me show you this as a bracelet.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I think it's really pretty. This is how you would, once you've detached it. Isn't it beautiful as a bracelet? Isn't it really nice? Especially there, look at that high shine, that's really impact. But you've literally just detached it to make it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Actually, this could be quite a nice day to evening wear piece. You could do it separately, perhaps for the day wear.
Yeah.
And then at night time, for something really dramatic is when you put the twist in, you have the dragon tail, and it's really standout piece.
Because it is quite a statement.
Definitely.
It is one of those things. I mean, I'd wear it, but then I'm quite bold, as you can see, with my colours anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, I think it's beautiful.
So, if I can borrow my little tray as well.
Yes. You've laid it out very neatly, haven't you?
I've laid it out so that it doesn't take me too long just to show you.
Yeah. I've just got to do these jump rings
that's
before
fine, that's
I've
fine.
got people just in my ear. We've got here 100 of your brown saw cut jump rings, 5mm, 200 in fact of those. You've then got 100 of your aluminium 6.7mm, again in the brown. Different colourway, we've got 100 metres of your brass 4.1mm, so these are the smallest ones. And we've also got a packet of your, what size ones are these? 6. ID of 4.1 on these ones, so 100 of those as well. Now, if you are joining me on Sunday, I have the lovely Debbie Bulford joining us for our third part of the chain mail tutorials. Been lucky enough to be with her for all 3 so far, which is nice. We are doing bezel setting chainmail. We're also going to be looking at something that, if you watched last time, it was requested for us to show this technique. We'll be showing that as well. So why don't you get your hands on 700 jump rings now, so that perhaps you could have a play along at home with us on Sunday 1 till 5 for our third part of the chain mail tutorial. You can also, of course, use it in this piece as a slightly different colourway. Let's take a look at your price. £11.70. Isn't that a good price? let's make it great. That's the price it should be if you went on the website now. NVGC72, £7 is your price on this today for 700 jump rings. Literally a penny per jump ring, isn't it? And think about the price you're going to be selling these for. Chainmail is huge at the moment, and the pieces that you're selling of chainmail, wow, you can triple, quadruple your price easily. £7, serious money making possibilities, and buy it today. Check it out your baskets, don't forget, and it may well get to you by Sunday and you can play along at home learning a brand new weave with the chainmail tutorial, and also how to do bezel with them as well. Lots of people in the baskets, but you need to be checking out on this one. It's only £7 for you today. Get it whilst you can. I've only got 54 of them left now, so please get your hands on them whilst you can. £7, should have been closer to 12. Your price today for 700 jump rings. Good price, right?
It's a brilliant price. We've had some crazy prices already and we've not been on for very long.
I know. So we're threading.
Yes, yeah. So all I've done is I've taken one of the jump rings, one of the larger jump rings, and attached, using a crimp, a double piece of thread. So it's 2 wires coming through, and then I've literally just threaded these on with a jump ring in between. And you've got to make sure that you close the jump ring up, otherwise they'll just fall off, because you know it's easily done.
Yeah.
Because the wire's quite thin. And then in the findings pack, we've got these lovely little rondelles. So I wanted to make sure that I'd got lots of interest in the necklace without it being difficult to replicate.
Yes.
So I've just taken a rondelle and I'm threading the beading thread either direction through the centre, and then bringing it down so that it sits against the previous gemstone.
So you're going one in each direction?
Yeah, one in each direction, and then I'm adding on 3 more on either side. Oops, 1, 2, 3, and they are hollow, so you sometimes take a couple of goes to get the wire through. Depends how dexterous you are, I guess, or how lucky you are with the threading.
And 3 on the other cord.
3 on the other side. And this is to make sort of like a rondelle donut, if you like, as the first feature. And then with the 8th rondelle, again you go with the wires in both directions through the centre.
I see.
Pull it through, pull it into a little link, and that's your first little feature.
Beautiful.
Then,
little rondelle flower
yeah,
almost.
quite cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you could do all sorts of different things. And of course, anywhere that you've got a jump ring on, if you wanted to, you could attach like smaller dangles and tassels and things to it, so you could have like little features all the way.
I love that idea.
And then I'm just going to thread on with both wires straight through. I love these. I mean, have you seen the little patterns in these gemstones? They're so gorgeous.
It's
if you go through.
banded agate, isn't it? And it's such
Stunning.
Every single one totally unique, aren't they?
Stunning.
The designer inspiration Inferno kit is at the bottom of your screen as well. It's only $26.95. It's around 35% saving on that today.
Bargain,
really great
isn't it?
saving. Yeah, fab bargain.
So again, right, I'm now going to do. It's the same technique, but because it's different cut gemstones, you get a completely different sort of look.
I see.
So whereas we had a little kind of daisy, it's another flower, but I'd say that's more of sort of like a pansy shape.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
One over here.
there's one here. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can get that in.
Yeah.
So again, I've taken one of these little flat ovals and thread the wire through in both directions to make an anchor point. This also stops all your beads from careering around as well.
It's always handy.
Yeah, and especially because when you twist the dragon's tail, for want of a better word, later, it helps to have these little features in, because it just stops everything from trying to twist with it.
I see. Yeah, it keeps it more rigid and
Yes,
sturdy.
a bit more strength to it. And then I'm just going to thread on some more jump rings in between them, followed by more of the flat rings or flat ovals, like this. And same on the side. And you see how the little bit of, I mean, these are the smaller jump rings going through here.
Yes.
And what you find with that is it just adds a little bit of interest. So you get the metallic glint in there, and I think that picks up on the scales as well.
Yeah, I like that. It ties it all in, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it gives it a bit more cohesion. I think that's the word.
Yes, very. Creating a very cohesive piece, aren't you?
Definitely pull those through. And
I just want to let you know that the 700 jump rings in all those different sizes, perfect for this, perfect for chainmail that we've got with Debbie B on Sunday. There's 8 of you with it in your baskets, but I've only actually got 15, so you need to be quick, because literally if 5 more people got on the phone, it'd be a nightmare, you'd miss out. It should have been £11.70, but it's yours today for just £7. And truthfully, you know the brand I'm thinking of that are all the jump rings, don't you? You know the one I'm thinking of. Since that started, that look has been massive. It's absolutely huge, and it's set to continue. Do get your hands on them whilst you can, because the money-making capabilities and possibilities of them are endless. And also, have a go, have some fun. If you haven't done chainmail before, don't worry, it's the 3rd tutorial coming up on Sunday. Really helpful step by step. If you haven't watched it before, we have 3D photographs and pictures and step by step techniques to create really beautiful pieces. I've only got 11 left though, and I've got about 12 people with it in their basket. Really important that you check out now. £7 your price.
okay, so we've got to the 3rd look using the same technique, and just to explain why you should never be afraid to try something out with all the different gemstones. So we've got the little daisy there, we've got the little pansy here, and then the next one is just like shamrock, if you like. There you go, all different shapes.
That.
So again, it's the same technique, but it does come out with a lovely, different pattern, and that's why it looks like there's a lot involved with the necklace, but it is an easy one to replicate. So I would encourage people to try it.
Could you do this even as a beginner?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think anybody of any level, as long as they're able to wield a couple of pairs of pliers, they could do it. Wield it, yeah. Not like a weapon, but you know.
Yeah, well, that's good.
That does sound slightly violent, doesn't it? It's not meant to be violent, but.
Watch out, Hannah's wielding the tools again.
Oh dear, that's very some kind of barbarian woman going on there. So again, just threading on. The first one, I've gone with the wires through the centre of the gemstone, cross them over in the middle, oops, and then put a gemstone on either side with a jump ring separating them all, and it just gives you this lovely little section. Thread those on, thread this one on. It's difficult to show because my fingers are all over the place. And then again through here, but in opposite directions to anchor it together again. And pull that tight, and you get the 3rd pattern. So you can see it's very easy to get a very different look with each one. And you just keep threading on and doing different techniques, and then just add on these final bits, and then there's another little technique which is the Byzantine technique in chainmail, but I suspect it's probably not the correct sizing of jump rings, so you can see that it works, but it's perhaps not as tight as it would be if you'd got exactly the right ones.
Working with the right ones.
Yeah.
Right, well, just whilst you're stranding those on, before we get into the Byzantine, I just want to give you at home your chance to get yourself a buy one, get one half price on these. 80 of your gold plated 925 sterling silver spacer beads. They would look nice in this design, perhaps if you got those jump rings earlier on, because obviously they had some gold jump rings in there, didn't they? Spacer beads are so beautiful for just making your pieces look a little bit different. Look, I think as well, a bit very professional, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything that's got attention to detail is going to look more finished, more professional. And I think that's where it's worth investing in something like that, just to embellish your work, because it will make it look better.
Definitely. It really is the difference, just those little finishing touches, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the great thing with 925 in this form is that realistically, you only have to use 1, 2 or even 3 of these on a design, and you can highlight that you're working with 925 sterling silver, which instantly pops the price up on your pieces and instantly draws in the customers as well. It is buy one get one half price. Let's bring your price in. Should be £17.90. Can you work out what it's going to be? Buy one get one half price. Your price today is not £17.90. Your price today is just £12.97. What do you think about that?
I think that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, because you only need a little bit to embellish whatever you're making, and it just makes it look better.
And you've got 80 of them in total as well, so literally pennies each, really, isn't it?
I know, that's great, isn't it?
It is wonderful. £12.97. It's 16p per.
What else can you get for 16p? Not a
Yeah.
lot.
No,
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Half a bag of sweets, maybe.
If you're lucky.
And they'll be gone in seconds.
Yeah.
This is 16 pence each for genuine gold-plated 925. To buy one get one half price, and it's £12.97 today. Fab. So let's have a little look at this Byzantine weave, shall we?
Okay, so the next little section then, again, I was just trying to add lots of different styles, techniques, so it made it look all interesting, which is why I've added a little bit of this. So I've got 6 of the 6mm jump rings, and just made sure that they're closed properly, and put them into groups of 2 like that. And then all I'm going to do is take 4 more of them, and I'm going to link these together.
Okay.
So I've got 4 going on to the first one, through another jump ring of the same size, close that up so it traps them, and then I've got to do the same again. Got another one there which I need to keep. Oops. Right, so I've got the second ring.
Yeah.
Helps if you've got hold of it properly.
Yeah.
And you need to hook all 4 of them on as well. Little bit fiddly, but not too bad.
So you're linking that through all of them, aren't you?
Yeah. So the 2 that I've just added go through all 4 of them.
I see.
And then effectively become the centre link.
Like
that.
It's a bit of a cheaty, sneaky way of doing it, and I
way
like
of doing
that.
it. Not cheaty, sneaky, quick.
Quick, sorry, yes, quick way of doing it.
And then you do the same thing with the other one. So I'm just going to get 2 more of these jump rings and attach the remaining 2 rings to the end of your chain.
Yep.
Like that. And then also I need to open this one. Oh, this is a trick, I've put it down.
Is it the trick not to do that?
It's just remembering where you left off. So there's the 4 that I want to link together.
So it goes through the 4 again.
Come on, go through. Has that gone through? I think that's through. Find out in a second. It is a little bit fiddly, this chainmail malarkey. So you end up with a little chain like that.
I see, yeah.
And then
very nautical that looks, I think, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to get myself another one of these jump rings ready.
Yeah.
Because the next bit is the fiddly bit. Or the more fiddly than the previous bit. If I can open them. My plier wielding's not going as well as it would have normally. Right, so the chain that you just made, get to the far end, and then you need to open the outside 2, and then open the next 2, and then you need to catch hold of the bottom edge of the outside 2 rings.
So the
see
ones
this?
that are on top, you let them drop to the side.
Shall I show you
Yeah.
again? So
Those
the
are
top
at the
two
top,
there, you let them
drop down.
flop either
Yeah.
side, and then you do the same with the two underneath, so that they've opened.
Yeah.
And then you need to catch the original two rings, but in the bottom edge like that.
See?
Okay,
Yep.
and then close
And then
that.
close it up.
And then you do the same thing at the other end. So let me just open another jump ring. Like this. So again, you let the outer two drop down. You let the next one drop down as well, and then hooking in between, you need to catch hold of the bottom edge of the first two rings. Make sense? I think I've got more than one. I
Yes.
think I've hooked something else there. There we go. Like that.
That's those ones, yeah.
And then close that up.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have your little section, if I can get hold of it. Like that.
There we go. There's your finished Byzantine
see.
weave. Fab.
So then taking that, I'm just attaching that using crimp bead.
Yep.
So take my wire again, grab a crimp bead, thread both wires through the crimp bead and through one of your end loops like that, and then finish that off as you normally would. So both wires back through the crimp bead, and if you can, through the end bead to hide the wire a bit. Pull that tight, and then using crimping tool, you put the crimped, well, the wire with the crimp in it to the back of the tool and squeeze it quite hard.
Yeah.
And then you turn your pliers around so that the half squished crimp is in the front, and you squish that together as well.
I see.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
just trim off the excess.
If you don't have those crimping pliers, what can you use?
You can use either flat nose or chain nose pliers, but I do recommend getting crimping pliers, because we had a lady the other day text in and said that her wires kept slipping out even when it was crimped.
Yeah.
And I really do recommend the crimping tool, because that by making the crease in the centre, when you do the second one, it kind of does that and folds it up and traps it.
So it's really secure,
it's
isn't it?
definitely worth doing. Yeah.
We have got a few tools coming up for you later.
Lovely.
And I've also got right now, what? Chain. Okay. I like this chain.
I've not seen that before. That's lovely.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Oh, instantly I'm going to regret saying this. You know the chain for your plug hole? It looks like that, doesn't it? Doesn't
It's far nicer than that.
But nicer.
Where do you live?
Buckingham Palace. This is your...
Gold-plated taps as well.
Well, yeah. You've been around, Hannah. LGGC12. Now these are so beautiful. What is the length on each of these? 1 metre on each. Wowzers. So you've got here, every other link I would describe as just the plain oval link, and then every other has got this gorgeous twisting effect, hasn't it? Like these two working together. I love mixed metals at the moment. I think that's really fun and fashionable. Now, you could with these obviously create yourself a beautiful pair of necklace, beautiful pair of earrings or necklaces, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You can inlay photographs into these as well. You can bake these. So if you do want to do polymer, you can inlay polymer in these sections and bake them too. That'd be gorgeous. Perhaps what you could do is inlay some photographs in here, because you can do it with t-shirts. T-shirt transfers, if you put photographs onto T-shirt transfers, you can then transfer those onto your polymer clay. So imagine on here you could do like a family tree, couldn't you? Necklace with different pictures of everyone in here. Or perhaps even a charm bracelet with these would be beautiful too. A metre of each of these double trouble. LGGC12. Let's get your pricing. £15.90, which actually, for a metre's worth, well, 2 meters worth is cracking. But look at the length of this. But it's double trouble. So it's £12.95. Look at all of this. It's still going. £6.47 per one. How far would this go as a bracelet as well? Wow. Oh,
Wrap your arm up with that.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I should be on holiday or possibly some form of gladiator. Have a little look. Look at how much chain you're getting. That looks quite cool actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's lovely.
But look, you can make this many bracelets. And they're all interwoven as well. £12.95. Oh no, I've only got 32 of these left now. I started out with way more than that. 2 meters of double trouble, really intricate, beautiful chain. Your price today for this is just £12.95. There is a little bit of a queue on the phone, just under a minute we're looking at for this. It's definitely going to be worth the wait, because have a look at every other one, it's so stunning. Really beautiful, interwoven on some, plain on others. These are flying, there is a small queue on the phone, it's going to be worth the wait. Stay where you are, 17 left, £6, almost 50 saving, and it's £12.95 for you today. If you are watching online at the moment, we've had a few more messages in, then it's not working. F5, if it starts working, F5, that is your refresh button. Just refresh and all the info should come up as it normally was. Just keep refreshing if that happens. £12.95. I've got single figures, 7 left. Stay where you are on the phone. Okay, wonderful.
Okay, so I was thinking, well, rather than carrying on with this one, because the rest of it's obviously the same kind of technique and you just put whatever you want anywhere, I might show you briefly the other necklace.
Lovely.
Which is something else that can be done with scale mail.
Fab idea.
So I don't know if I can turn it so we can see it. No.
That's it.
There we go.
I've got none of those left. Double Trouble has sold out. That is a sellout. I'm sorry if you are on the internet now with it in your basket and you haven't checked out, you haven't got it. I'm very, very sorry. You have missed out on that cracking deal. We will bring some graphics in for you in a moment. Your graphics coming up will be for the bundle itself, the Inferno, the one that was around 35% saving. Sorry if you missed out on that chain, that has been a sellout, but you can still get your hands on this designer inspiration bundle.
Okie doke. So it's a little flower. There's all kinds of tutorials and things from manufacturers that make the scales and things on YouTube as well, and they do recommend that if you're making a flower and you want it to be a completely open one and rigid, to use 4 different gauges of jump ring. Okay. So obviously I'm only using 2.
Yes.
Therefore it's not, you know, it's not a solid flower. It's one that kind of hangs to the side.
I see.
But yeah. I quite like it anyway, so I thought
like
I'd do a quick little demo of it.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful.
So I've taken 5 of these scale mail scales, and I've put on 2 of the smaller jump rings just onto the top of each one. And the first bit's quite fiddly, so you take one of the larger jump rings and you need to hook on all of these and then close the jump ring up. But you also want them to try and all hang in the right direction, so you have to be mindful of that.
Okay.
While you're doing it.
So making sure that the concave is always on the same side.
Yes, yeah. I guess you probably don't have to, but to make this particular flower, you do. So as you can see, it gets a bit squeezy.
So do you just sort of squidge them around a little bit to fit them on?
Yeah, you do. I mean, it does often take a couple of hits to actually close it without them falling off.
Yeah.
But it's worth it at the end. So just pinch the last 2 pieces like that, you see?
Yep. It's all right, we'll edit that bit out. No, we'll edit that bit out, it's fine, we'll take that out.
Yeah, live TV.
Yeah, exactly. Let's pretend that hasn't happened. We'll rewind a bit. So you've only got a few of these Inferno left at the moment, £26.95. Don't forget, in there you had the findings pack, you had all the threading materials, you had those beautiful strands of gemstones. In fact, everything that is coming up on screen in a minute. We had HIGC 21, £26.95. Not that many left of these though. So what are we going to do next, Hannah?
Well, we're going to try again because it's done it twice.
Yeah.
So we'll hook these on. We will get there. I'm sure we will.
That's it. So these are all just with the 2 jump rings on the top, and we're just closing that 1 jump ring around them.
This is probably why they recommend you use 4, because the centre one's obviously a lot bigger normally. Why can't I twist
No, I
that
think
together?
you're doing it perfectly.
Oh, you jinxed.
Awkward.
Tell you what, let me do this while you talk about something.
Yes,
and then
totally.
And then I'll come back to you with the next bit.
Well, if you would like to message in any questions for Hannah, feel free to do so. Jewellerymaker.com, or you can text in to 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio, and anything you would like to ask the wonderful Hannah, then you absolutely can. Also, just whilst Hannah's still doing that, also,
I'm sorry.
I know I've mentioned it a fair few times now. It was my birthday last week, okay? And for my birthday
Happy
this
birthday,
year,
I missed that.
thank you. For my birthday this year, what I'm going to do is every month I'm going to do something really special and a bit different.
Oh.
So, for example, I've got a spa weekend planned in March.
Now I'm jealous.
Hot air balloon ride, I've got that booked as well.
That's quite different to a spa day.
I know. One of my friends bought me a meal at the top of Snowdonia and was like, but you have to walk up there first. So I have to walk up Snowdon as well.
Earn your dinner.
So I've got, like, you have to earn your dinner.
It.
Can't think of anything else to do though. I've only got sort of 4 months worth.
Skydive?
It's my birthday, I'm not loopy.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd want to throw myself out of a plane either.
No, I'm not sure at all. Oh, just let you know. Oh, you're not talking to me. £26.95. Have you...
I think so. I'm just, you know,
Brilliant.
Well, kind of.
So it's just taking your time and
Yeah.
also being able to do it up to your face as well, isn't it?
I think, yeah, that's it. If I could do it there, it'd be
Yes,
easier.
yeah.
But,
Just take your time at home. Want to let you know, not many of this Inferno left.
okay, so you get to a point where you've got them all, hopefully, hooked onto one central loop, which holds them in the middle. The next step is to put another loop between each of the 2 loops that you get in the petal. That doesn't really make sense. Let me show you. So, where you've got 2 here, you need to attach a jump ring through the middle of that pairing and through the middle of that pairing, so that they hook together. And I'll show you. Okay,
Right, I get it.
Can you? Yeah, you probably have to get in close to see it. Okay, so just through there and through there. Can you see that? I don't know.
It's all right. We can have a hand demo in a minute if you don't mind helping.
Yep. Like that. So if I pick that up, then I've got 1 ring from each of the adjacent petals hooked.
There
Like
we go. So if we do a hand demo for you,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm the pair originally, and then you're another pair originally, aren't you?
Okay, so if we've got them like that.
So these are the pairs
Well, they'd
that
sit
were,
like that,
they
wouldn't
sit like that, don't they? Like this. So these are the pairs that are coming through the scales themselves, and then the next jump ring will loop in.
Do like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, so basically you need to take these 2 apart slightly and those 2 apart slightly, and it's this one and this one
Attach.
that need hooking together.
And then this one and the next one.
Yeah.
So they were like this in pairs, and they're like that.
And then like that in pairs.
Makes sense now,
Yeah?
doesn't it?
That's really good, actually.
Yeah?
That's great.
Hand demo.
So you need to go around and do that with all of the pairings so that they've all got a little loop between them, which might take me a couple of seconds. If I can pick it up and sort of stick it in my face, then I can do it close.
Yeah, no problem.
Technical
So you're just
terms
linking that in the same
Yeah.
way. I'll let you carry on linking those because I know it's easy to do it next to your face, isn't it? I don't want you to feel like the camera's on you. And we have shown how to do it, and we did do the hand demo.
Oh,
so
I like the hand
I'll
demo.
let
That was
you-
a really good. That stroke of genius. That.
I'll let you do it up near your face. Just whilst we're doing that, because I've got low numbers of this, 25 left, I'm going to bring this quickly in for you. If you're new to jewellery making, or perhaps if you've seen a wonderful Hannah today, she's been using lots of pairs of tools. So if you do need to get your hands on another toolkit, this is your chance. You've got your toolkit in here. Now, if you are new to jewellery making, trust me on this, you will need a toolkit at some point. This is for so much. Now, in here, you've got your storage device, great for your findings, your earring posts, all your different gemstones. You've got your reamer, perfect for your pearls. If perhaps your pearls or your gemstones have got a slightly smaller hole, that's that. You've got your scoop, great for seed beads. You've got your tweezers as well, great if perhaps you're trying to have a look at more irregular shaped gemstones. You've got your snips, great for snipping. You've got in here your round nose, which is lovely for creating swirls. Chain nose you've seen. We've used those quite a lot today, and these ones are your cutters. It all comes in this beautiful jewellery maker carry case. As well as that, you've got your beading board. You've seen here that Hannah's got hers all laid up beautifully and neatly here. All of our guest designers have loads of these. We have got one for you here. This is great because in here, for example, you can use, for example, today you could open up your jump rings, put your closed ones in here, etc. And finally, we have your threading materials. So many goodies in here. You've got 2 sets of organza. You've got your elastic in that beautiful blue. You've got wax cord in there as well. Loads of threading material. So if you are new to jewellery making, it's quite a nice way of getting yourself started, get things set up, but also you can have a little play with different mixed mediums as well. Get started jewellery kit. Let's take a look at your price. £16.85 is your current web price, but that's your discount code DSGC90 for your price today is just, wow, can you believe that? That is the price of our jewellery kit. That is the price of our toolkit. You're getting your bead board and all of your threading materials, including the beautiful presentation organza bag as well, for exactly the same price, for free, for nothing. It is costing you £9.95. Buy the kit, get all the other goodies for zero. Zilch. Nout. Nothing. £9.95 is your price on this today. Fab, there you are, Han. How was that? A bit of filling for you.
Almost there, almost
Okay.
there. Basically what I've done is I've gone through and I've linked all the pairs to their adjacent partner, and then I've flipped the whole flower over and I've done exactly the same thing on the back. So
Hooking up all their pairs to their adjacent on the back again.
Yeah. And then the last ones are always the most difficult.
Is that just because there's less space?
Yeah, less space, and also because I'm not using 4 different scales, 4 different sizes of jump ring, it makes it quite difficult. So, if I can open it like that, you get this kind of
Pretty.
floppy flower, if you like. It's like a delicate little flower.
That's so
Get like that,
pretty,
and
isn't it?
If I can
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
just turn it around like that, so you can see I've just gone through the adjacent ones on there. And then if you are using like the different scales of the jump rings, the idea is that you then attach the largest jump rings through the link that's gone through at the back,
Yeah.
and its matching link on the front,
front.
which separates the petals.
I see.
But because I'm just gone with the what I've got, I just got the two, and so I used that as a little embellishment on the side.
I think that's really pretty. It almost looks
Quite
like
cute.
a flower on a vine leaf, doesn't
Yeah, yeah, just like a passion flower or something like that. Yeah.
Really
so that's,
beautiful.
I mean, that's what I did with a few of the leftovers, really.
So that's
made
how
the
you
other
managed
necklace.
to do this. And then just quickly talk us through how you finished this one off.
Well, that one I've used the chain that's in the findings pack, and I've simply cut it in half, threaded it through jump rings, and then doubled it up, and then fastened it with one of those lovely toggle clasps at the back.
Yeah.
And it's made it quite a nice drop necklace.
Yeah, it's
So I quite think
beautiful,
it's
isn't
cute.
it? And then this section here, is this just the same technique that you used on the dragon?
It's exactly the same technique, and I've hung it that way around just because I think that side is quite attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, if you like, if you didn't have the flower on it, it could almost be a reversible necklace.
Actually, you're right,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so it's all interchangeable. You can attach the flower to this necklace if you wanted to, or you could just leave it as individual pieces.
That's stunning, isn't it?
Hook that back together.
There
again.
we go, and we've attached our dragon back
Yeah, so
again, haven't
that's the
we?
dragon again.
And it does actually sit there. You're
It
not
does.
holding that into
You do
place.
have to twist it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And you do, when I first did it, I thought, because it kept unwinding itself. But it's because I hadn't twisted it enough.
I see.
And then because of the weight of the gemstones, it holds it in place.
That's wonderful, because
So,
I thought maybe it would have to be held in place somehow for it to unravel.
I did try actually attaching gemstone, well not gemstones, but jump rings through the back in different sections, and it made it kind of quite angular.
Right.
And I didn't like it as much
No.
as just a twist, so I thought, no, I'm gonna find a way to make this work. And
And you
actually, it was
managed
just twist it more than I was doing.
That's really simple way of doing it, but it's a beautiful detachable
Yeah.
piece. Thank you so much for showing us that, Hannah.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful.
Thanks for bearing with me.
No, don't be silly. Give us a little guess, a little clue, a little taster of what's coming up.
Well, a bit of wire, a bit of chunky gemstones, interchangeable necklace again. Yeah,
You're going to
quite
have
different,
to
but
wait and see.
okay.
But it's quite unusual the way that you've used the wire, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Well, it's like I said earlier, it's like we've seen lots of lovely wire-wrapped bracelets where the wire is the main feature and it features
The
gemstones
gemstone,
as a little embellishment. This is the other way around.
Yes.
So I hope it works anyway.
It does.
I think it works.
It
I think
does.
it works.
They're beautiful
Yeah.
and really nice mixtures. If you're looking at getting your hands on some coloured wire as well, then I've got that coming up, and I've got the big reels in there as well. So just to let you know, the starter kit, I've only got a few of those left at £9.95. Buy the toolkit, get the rest for free. I will join you after this break for some serious quality. I'll see you then.
Join jewellery maker and specialist guest designer Debbie Bulford for a fun and relaxing day discovering the addictive appeal of chainmail. This workshop is ideal for beginners and will introduce the fundamentals of this art form. You will be guided through a range of beginners' weaves and learn how to create your own Byzantine bracelet and earring set. The full course includes a pack of 200 jump rings, a toggle clasp, a pair of shepherd hook earrings, the chainmail tutorial DVD, use of all relevant tools, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a chance to meet the presenters, and take a visit to our gem museum. All this for just $74.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Add a mystery gift to your order today and you'll receive a surprise full of fantastic treats and goodies with a huge saving guaranteed. Check out our online reviews from Jewellery Maker customers who have previously purchased one of these mystery gifts. Go on, treat yourself with a little gift.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back everyone to Designer Inspiration. Thanks for joining me. My name is Becky and we are joined by the lovely Hannah today. We're going to be heading over to her in a little bit to have a look at her second Designer Inspiration piece. But before that, we're going to cram in some goodies for you. Now, where are we heading to, Pip? I've got some serious special offers for you in this section, including buy one get one frees and so many treats for you on essentials. Now, this is something you haven't been able to get your hands on before. This is the first time you're going to be able to get your hands on the new findings packs separately. You have got a bundle here, 100 of your rose gold and 100 of your gold colours. Now, you've had these before in kits. You haven't had them sold to you in this form before to be able to purchase them separately. These are all of the goodies that you will be getting in the gold and the rose gold. You have got in here 2 meters worth in each colour. You've got a metre of each. You have got 2 meters in total of your chain. You have got 2 pairs of your fancy earring findings. You've got 20 of your spacer beads. You are going to have 30 of your crimp covers. You're going to have 30 of your head pins. You have got 30 of your open jump rings. You've got 30 of your eye pin. You've got so much in there. Just look at the amount you're getting, including in here, if I show you, the beautiful twisted heart that I really like. In fact, I've not shown you it in this colour before, I don't think. This is the rosy gold colour, but it's quite a strong rose gold, if that makes sense. Take a little look. Have a little look. Isn't that beautiful colour? And if you see, look at the difference in these tones. Now, it's the first time you're going to be able to get your hands on it. Let's bring your price in, shall we? Should be £19.90. We're doing you a deal for your first time purchase to say thanks for getting involved. Your price today isn't nearly £20, it's just £16.95 is your price on this today. I've already got people buying it. You need to be quick with this. It is working out as just £8.47 per pack. 2 meters worth of chain you're getting in total. It's a hefty amount, and again, look at the mixture in the tones. I love mixed metals right now. £16.95. I've already got people purchasing this. Started out with almost triple figures. Your price today, I've just got 81. That's all I've got. £16.95, but I've only got 74 of these left at the moment. It's £16.95. That's all you're going to be paying. You're getting so many goodies in here, including the beautiful rondelles as well. And in fact, you could use these rondelles wonderfully in that Inferno bundle, couldn't you? How stunning. I've only got 69 of them left though. It could be your only chance to get these. We have got plenty of this findings pack left, but they're all in kits. We were only able to get our hands on 100 of these separately. So it's your only chance to get your hands on them now. I can see Tanya getting some. Sarah, you've got yourself some as well. Brenda, Jan, you've got some. Lavinia in Greater Manchester. What a stunning name. Oh my goodness. If perhaps, let's face it, we always need findings, don't we? Let's you know, be quite honest about it. You can't create something and finish something off beautifully and professionally without them, really. Obviously, depending on what technique you're doing, but it is an essential. I've only got 55 of them left at £16.95. It is your only chance currently to purchase these outside of a kit. So a great way for you to stack up, but also a great money saving price today. Just £16.95, and there's 50 half stock. I have only half of my stock left on these today. Q on the phone. You've got half my stock gone on this right now. £16.95. You're going to be getting 200 pieces in total, 100 of your gold and 100 of your rose gold. So it's working out just a few pennies per piece, really, isn't it? You have got Barbara's getting herself some, Brenda as well. Vicky's got herself some, lovely Sandra as well has some. They've only, though, got 47 left. That's it. 46 left. It's your only chance to purchase them with us right here, right now. It's a money saving price, and it is £16.95 for you. Literally just a few pennies per piece. 45 of them left. Get your hands on it whilst you can. I'm going to have to move on. These are going quickly. XYGC 59 is your number on that today. Oh, okay. Let's go for a little bit of green, shall we? Have a little look at these beautiful faceted drops for me. There's something about green onyx that's just so mesmerising. 90 carats worth you have here. What do you think of doing with this strand, Han?
That might be nice actually to do some tiara work with it. If you got a bit of like gold wire or something, and then have them sort of upright rather than hanging down like that, like off a comb or something. You can make a pretty flower or something like that with I guess maybe like a 0.4 or a 0.6 wire. Yeah, I think it should be good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful idea.
I like it with gold, definitely with gold.
Why with gold?
I think it just goes. I mean, I don't know really why, because I guess emerald green is usually seen as one of the cooler colours, but I quite like it with gold.
Yeah,
I think it's a festive thing in me. I think my Christmas baby, it's one of those things, isn't it?
Definitely.
But definitely worth a go.
Springtime tones as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful colour green. It's year round, isn't it, I suppose? It's a 21cm strand. Let's get your price in. £9.95. Can you believe it? It's such an exceptional deal. Hey, this could have been in our £10 and under half hour, couldn't it? £9.95 for you, keeping you some serious goodies with this green onyx. They are around 8x5 all the way to 14x6 mil. £9.95 is your price on this today. £9.95 is your price today. I've got a lovely strand here for you of something very special. Now this is a Gems of Distinction strand, and very rarely do we have those on now, do we, really? Now what you're looking for in a gemstone such as kyanite is you're looking for a beautiful richness in tone, and you're also looking for similarities and almost a symmetrical luster, almost this if some are transparent, you want the transparency through, and also if you're looking for the fibrous materials, you're looking for that all the way through the gemstone too. And you've got that in here. Gems of Distinction strand, 60 carats worth of your kyanite. Kyanite is known for having a perfect cleavage, and I think it's quite obvious in here that you're getting that high grade luxury, aren't you? 20 centimetre strand, these are your ovals. I've already got people purchasing, so I'm going to bring your price in. The price today, £29.95. It's one of the most luxurious gemstones in the whole world. To shape it in this way is, wow, they have gone quick, haven't they? Wowzers, 16 left of those. We had way more than that to start with, £29.95. You all know Kyanite, don't you? You all adore Kyanite. And what I will say is I've got 14 left, but that's not just me, that's Jewellery Maker. We have no more of this in the vault. Could be your only chance to get your hands on it today. 13 left. I'll give you a minute to get yourself on the phone. People are texting in about the online malarkey. Press F5. It's a temporary glitch. We're not totally sure what's causing it. Press F5. That is a refresh button. It just refreshes your page and all that info should come up. Should be at the top of your keyboard. F5. Press it once and it should be sorted out. 12 left of these. It's one of the most popular gemstones. We don't have it in that often. Its rarity is seriously increasing day by day. It's a beautiful, perfect cleavage gemstone. I've got brand new telephone callers buying this today. If you are brand new, hello, thank you for joining us. I've got 11 of these left, £29.95. I would love to see this on the Wall of Fame because I cannot remember the last time I saw Kyanite on the Wall of Fame. We haven't had that much on, have we, recently? I only got 10 of them left. I'm approaching single figures. I'm going to move on because this is going to sell out. £29.95 for you today. And I told you I was going to be bringing you serious luxury. I didn't lie, did I? I've just brought you that stunning strand of Kyanite. Even more luxury again with these beautiful, genuine, cultured pearls. What beautiful, delicate lavender tone we have on these. Lilac Frost, they're called. What a really delicate look. Now, I'll say the pearlescence to you. We're looking at periwinkles. We're looking at peppermints as well in this. That's the pearlescent tones we are looking at on here. Now, these will be gorgeous for bridal because it's quite a popular bridesmaid's colour at the moment, isn't it? These lilacs and lavender tones, and you've got that in here. And of course, pearls really are almost the go-to gift for bridesmaids and people within the bridal party as well, mother of the bride and things like that. It's very... It's an ageless piece, isn't it? Should we take a look at your price? 8 by 7 mil. £12.95 is your price on this today. Genuine pearls for £12.95. It's easy to forget the price of pearls out there on the market right now. But you need to remind yourself now and again. So feel free to do that whenever you wish, because trust me, to get yourself a beautiful set of pearl jewellery, well, you're looking at what, 40, 50, 60 pounds upwards. You truly are. But you can create your own set with us today for just £12.95. Lilac Frost. It's a beautiful strand and it can be winging its way to you very, very shortly. As we're talking about luxury, how do you feel about getting your hands on some serious quality at an incredible deal? This is your buy one, get one free. Rose gold 925 sterling silver wire. Now, Wire itself is really very, very useful, very, very versatile. But what I would say is that when you're creating pieces of jewellery, when we're working with high-end gemstones, a lot of the time we'll pair it with high-scale metal, won't we? So for example, if you've managed to get yourself a stunning strand of, say, aquamarine, then you don't really want to work with just your bog standard wire or chain, do you? You'll always pair that with, say, a beautiful 925 chain, wouldn't you, if you were working with, say, aquamarine, something high up and luxurious like that. But you can't create rings with that, can you? You can't create rings realistically with anything other than your normal standard. If you're going to do a wire wrap ring, this is the only real way that you can create a really luxurious look and luxurious feel. You've got the perfect gauges as well, haven't you, for making your beautiful rings or any pieces you wish. You have got a metre of both. You've got your 1 mil and your 0.6. So your 1 mil is pretty structural. However, it is 925. If you haven't worked with 925 before, do not worry. It works in very much the same way as a normal wire. You will see and be able to feel that there is a little bit more malleability to 925 wire. Now, I started using 925 wire probably when I just got into my 20s. I thought it was something that perhaps was a little bit tricky to work with, and I have to admit at first I didn't really understand exactly how to work with it. It is so malleable. However, all you have to do is work hard on it. Very simply, the way we work hard on it so that it keeps this shape is to get one piece, 2 pairs of pliers at each end, and twist in opposite directions. That means you keep the shape, but the strength and the composition of the wire changes. So if you are having trouble with it, it's far too malleable, 2 pairs of pliers at each side of your piece, twist in an opposite direction. Only needs a few twists. It keeps that same appearance, but the internal structure does change. That's just a little bit of a tip for you. So I've got a metre of your 1 mil. I've also got a metre of your 0.62. Should we take a look at your price? Should be £24.90. But today, buy one, get one free. It's buy one, get one free for you today. £24.90. Your price is not that today, it's just £16.95. Buy one, get one totally free. 2 meters of each, your 1 mil and your 0.6. You're buying one, you're getting one for free today. Now, we do not say that often at all, do we? When this 925 first came out, you wanted to get your hands on it pronto, quick, and you've been able to do that. But to have it a buy one, get one free offer is something brand new and something you don't want to miss out on. It's 925. You can create some stunning looks with this. And if you're looking for luxury at low cost, this is your chance. Buy one, get one free. £16.95 for you. On the T-bar. Ooh, speaking of aquamarine. Oh, I forgot we had this actually. I was just talking about aquamarine then, wasn't I? And talking about how you can put it with 925 because it's so luxurious. Look at how beautifully they go together. I've got this aquamarine coming up for you later on. Completely. Coming up now. Oh, brilliant. Look how stunning this goes. My, what a beautiful strand. Sadly, reminds me, price on this, my love? Yes. 70 carats. Now, I have got a tiny amount of these left in stock. It's aquamarine, it's high-end gemstone, it's one of the most popular ones out there at the moment. I'm going to give you a couple of top tips. Number 1, ask yourself this question. Do you like this strand? If the answer is no, all right, no problem, I'm not talking to you at this moment. If your answer was yes, tell me, honestly, would you be happy paying for this exquisite strand of one of the most popular gemstones right now? If you would be happy paying £20, is the answer yes? If your answer is yes, get on the phone right now. TWRU32. If you're happy to pay 20, then you need to get yourself on the phone right now. You know I do the trust in me. It's getting to that point. If you'd be happy spending £15 on this, you now need to get yourself on the phone. This is going to fly out and I'm not going to have enough for you all. TWRU32. You're going to love your price, believe me. Get yourself on the phone now, because as soon as that price comes in, they're going to be gone. £12.95 is your price. I told you, and this is a seriously squidged on strand, isn't it? You've got no spaces on this whatsoever. This is completely bejeweled, and they are top packed in, so much so the top and bottom of them are just undulating. I've only got 16 left. I told you that they would fly once that price came in for one of the most popular gemstones in the world right now. £12.95. It's one of your favourites. It's one of your high-end ones. I can see lots of people purchasing them. I'm in single figures now. It's £12.95. Now, for genuine aquamarine, I personally, for this quality, would be happy to pay closer to the £20 mark. So the is wonderful. 5 of these left though, that's all I've got for you now. It is 70 carats worth. They are beautifully faceted, aren't they? And the top drill effect means that they are just undulating in and out of each other perfectly, aren't they? You're getting plenty on there. £12.95. I'm going to have to move on. I've got 4 of these left in stock. If you're on the phone, you need to stay where you are. Oh, okay, awkward. So there's 3 left, and I've got 5 people with it in their baskets. Does your name begin with L and you are from a place beginning with W? Yep, you've got it in your basket, you're not checking out. Does your name begin with G and you're from somewhere beginning with W as well? You're not checking out. I've got some new telephone people as well. Want to let you know, if you are new, check out your baskets as many times as you want. You don't get charged any extra at all. Joanne, check it out. 3 left. 6 of you with it in your basket. Some people are going to miss out. 2 left, £12.95, 70 carats worth. Who's going to be the last couple to get it? Francis, you've got yourself one. Well done. Single figures, 1 of these left. Who's going to get the last one? If you missed out on this, but you love the price, I've still got one going of those aquamarine. Go on. How about a stunning strand of emerald? What prices have I gone to on this? So, when I said, did you like the price of this? If you did, then I've got this coming up. These aren't going to be the same price, so don't think that you're going to get emerald for £12.95. Obviously, that would be crazy. Genuine emerald for you today. It's not £12.95, but I tell you what, it's not far off. 180 carats worth of this emerald. They are huge, aren't they? Emerald is such a popular gemstone. I always think it's kind of the gemstone of the ever first celebrity. I always think Cleopatra herself was a bit of celebrity at her time, wasn't she? And she herself actually fought wars and had battles over trying to take over a mine that was on the coast of the Red Sea. And she had it purely to get her own collection of emeralds. She didn't sell them on, she didn't give them out. They were literally just to provide her with emerald. That's how popular they were with her. And not only that, in those days it was said that they would ward off fatalities. So you see women strewn in these gemstones a lot of the time because of the mystical powers they were believed to hold. They are massive emeralds, aren't they? 23 by 12 mil, 27 centimetre strand. These are beautiful, perfect ring sizes for me. Wire wrap ring with these, genuine emerald, one genuine emerald wire wrap ring with that 925 rose gold that I've just brought to you. How much would you be looking at to sell it for? If you're thinking £25, I think that'd be a good price actually. Just for one of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 emeralds on this strand, 180 carats. How do you fancy going under £20? Genuinely under £20. Let's bring your price in. I don't want you to miss out on this emerald for just £14.95 for you today. Isn't that truly exceptional deal for you? These are hefty in size. They've got that beautiful marble-like pattern, and they are that truest of true emerald green, aren't they? Aren't they beautiful? £14.95 is all you're going to be paying for these today. If you haven't worked with emerald before, do give it a go. Especially at this price, it's definitely worth having it. Going really quickly. Lots of these going. I'm going to squeeze one more in. £14.95 for you on that genuine emerald today. Let's have a look at some beautifully eye clear quartz. Take a look at this. Wow. Actually, these go beautifully with that Rio quartz shape, don't they? That we've got coming up for you later on, Rio quartz. 130 carats worth here. These are your plain slabs, so they are thinner at the side, you'll be able to see. Almost giving you this stalactite effect, doesn't it? I absolutely adore clear quartz. It is the chameleon of the gemstone family. Whatever you put with this, it just seams through. So even if you're going to put this with, say, a beautiful emerald, it just picks up the tone and the colour. But it means that you could just space this out a little bit as well, can't you? It is a 16 centimetre strand. It's a beautiful shape. It's so clear. It's a genuine gemstone. Your price today, you're going to love it. £7.95. The graduation itself is so pretty. I'd possibly just restrand it, maybe a little bit of chain at the back, and I think you've got something really funky and really different, haven't you? Especially with those gold spaces that I had on earlier. £7.95. The graduation is really significant, isn't it? 10 by 5 all the way to 26 by 3 mil. So it is a massive amount of graduation and a beautiful price on these today. Your price is just £7.95. After the break, let's head back over to Hannah Osbourne, shall we, to have a look at some beautiful gemstone bracelets. See you then.
In a pile of emerald like this, you really have a wealth of different qualities here. Everything from the kind of quality of gemstones that we've faceted into gems ready for jewellery, right through to your cabochons, through to your really, really high quality beads, through to the strands which you might have seen on a jewellery maker before, and then some flat faceted pieces as well.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new jewellery maker hobby.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
Even when you've got a pile of emerald that looks like this, even some of the larger gemstones, which are mainly reserved to put into jewellery, if you hold one of the bigger stones up to the light, you'll notice that only part of the gemstone is light and gem-worthy.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Designer Inspirations. Cheers for joining me this afternoon. My name is Becky and I have got some beautiful multicoloured wire coming up. I also have a brand spanking new set of goodies to bring to you. Brand spanking new, only won their way to us an hour or so ago. Yes, and yes. I've also got some seriously wonderful priced gemstones in our kit, and even better than all of that, I also have the fabulous Hannah Osbourne joining me this afternoon. Hooray, indeed. So talk to us a little bit about what we're going to expect to see. Is it a basic beginners, or do you have to be quite advanced in your jewellery career?
I would say it's all basic techniques, and I mean I'm no wire worker, so it's a case of me having a go with it, and therefore if I can do it, anybody can do it. So yeah, call it basic.
Okay, brilliant. Basic techniques, but leading you up to bigger and bold pieces. Fab. Now, I have got this as the challenge for the wonderful Hannah. Now, you've already started having a little play with this, haven't you, Hannah? How are you finding it?
I love it, actually.
Do you?
Having a play with the gold.
Yes.
And just really liking it. It's not as tough as you'd expect to cut as well. So like memory-wise, always tougher. But that's not quite so much welly involved in cutting the rings off.
Yeah, so you don't have to. Someone sent in a text messaging asking what we cut these with. It's something called memory wire cutters. We do not have them at the moment. However, you can sort of risk it with your normal cutters, can't you?
You can. I mean, if you've got normal cutters, it's okay to use them, but they will eventually blunt. So if you've got like a kitchen knife sharpener, you know, like it's kind of like a file thing, and then just do that with the edge of your cutting blades as well, like this piece basically, that will resharpen it. So just mind your fingers.
Yes, of course. Please mind your fingers. So this is brand new and it's coming up for you in a little bit. Hannah has been given it for a challenge, so we'll also be having a little look at what she's managed to create with it too. Now, before that, I have got for you the beautiful kit that we gave to Hannah to have a little play with. Now, Hannah, what did you think of this kit when you first saw it?
Well, I like it. I mean, it's one of those kits that when you first see it, the obvious reaction is bridal, because it's all soft pinks and lilacs and very delicate and dainty. And I myself, I'm not delicate and dainty, so I went to try and turn it into something a little bit more chunky.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a, I don't know what the word is, but not conventional perhaps.
Yes. Do you know what though? I would expect nothing less. To be honest, Hannah, I really wouldn't. Now we've got in here 265 carats of your rose quartz hollow rectangles. Those are these ones here. I've got this strand at home and I've just dropped with the strand in place with some wire. I've just dropped little dangling beads in the middle of these. It looks really nice. You've also got in here this beautiful strand of lavender pearls. If you got those lilac lily coloured ones earlier on, these are going to go stunning with that. And finally, I really want to draw your attention to this strand because I am in love. Now we do bring you the flower-shaped gemstones sometimes, don't we, with the petals, but you might not be able to see, but each of these petals, they're not only shaped in, they're actually carved into place as well. So all of these are indented to give you these separate petals. Really beautiful clear quartz. I have got for you some lovely in lavender. Yeah, I totally understand why it's called that, especially when you look at all of this. This, you have got in here 3 sets of your organza cord. You have got in here your pink and your cream colour of your cord. And you've also got in this your silver findings pack. You've got in there too all of your threading materials, including this beautiful pink elastic tone as well, which is really fun to work with and goes stunning with these goodies, doesn't it? So let's reiterate for you. You get 3 of your organza cords, 1 in your blush, 1 in your fuchsia and 1 in your lilac. You get 2 of this satin cord in your cream and in your light pink. You get the findings pack as well, which is the silver colour, including but not limited to, you've got in there your S-shaped cord extender, and you've got your 3 strands too. You've got your rose quartz, you've got your clear hearts, and you've got your lilac lavender pearls as well, and your threading material. Let's take a look at your should-be price. £44.25 is your should-be price. This morning, Pip said to me that he wanted to do a bit of a cheeky deal on this. This is the price he suggested. £37.25. Nah, wasn't having any of that at all. Want to try and bring this designer inspiration to you for an incredibly low price. £37.25. I'll reiterate for the 3rd time, rose quartz, clear heart flowers, you've got your pearls, 3 of your organza, 2 of these beautiful satin cords as well. You've got your findings pack with all your rondelles and your threading materials. Your price is not £37.25. It's not even the original price, which was £44.25. Your price today is just £29.95. Why would I let it even go to £37 when I can get it for less than 30 for you? £29.95. That is your price on this today. WLGC23 is your price. You're getting 3 strands and so many goodies in here for less than 30 quid. And truly, it is a bundle with delightful tones running through it. And I think when you see all the good, beautiful pieces that the lovely Hannah has done with this, you're going to be really encouraged to get involved. We're going to be doing a little bit of weaving, a little bit of kumihimo, and even a little bit of sewing with the organza. So even if you haven't used the organza before, this could be your chance to get involved. And in a moment or 3, I'm going to be bringing you some wire as well, that coloured wire I spoke to you about earlier on, in your purple and in your silver. Let's have a little look, shall we, at some of the goodies we have managed to create. Let me bring my wire with me so I can bring you a cracking deal on this as well in a little bit. You've got your purple and your silver coming up in a little bit because you're going to need them to create these beautiful, how did you describe it? Wire embellished, no, gemstone in, no,
wire embellished gemstone bracelets.
Gemstone bracelets. you're going to want to get your hands on the purple and the silver. That's coming up, but you're going to really need to get your hands on the gemstones and all the goodies first. It's £29.95, not the online price of £44.25. You can create these beautiful pieces. Wow. They're really quite weighty pieces. I tried them on before.
Really chunky, yeah. But
and I like that.
Slightly lighter, but yeah, I've gone for heavier duty jewellery out of delicate looking components.
Definitely, 100%. £29.95 is your price on this, and we're going to be taking a little look at how to do this one, aren't we?
Yes, the middle one there. So what I've done is I've taken 10 of the rose quartz oblongs with holes drilled through the middle.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, having threaded them on before and wrapped them around my wrist, that's about the amount that I need to make a bracelet. And the first step is to cut a piece of wire that will go through all of them and then leave you a good couple of inches at either end as well. So you make a little spiral at the end, and this is just to anchor everything in place so that your gems don't fall off. And I'm just going to use some pliers to help me make the spiral, or help start it off really, like that. And then use my fingers because it's a bit faster.
It's quite amazing that it's still got the thickness, but it is malleable, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's very malleable, but you do need, I mean, your fingers eventually toughen up when you use the wire. I remember some of the other wire workers telling me that you get to a point where you can't really feel the end of your fingers, they've just become tools themselves. So. Right, so I'm just going to thread on 10 of these lovely pink gemstones. So thread them on quite simply. This is kind of like your framework, if you like, the base point where we're starting. So doing like this. If you wanted to, of course, you could thread things, if you were using a slightly smaller gauge of wire, you could thread gemstones through the middle of them as well. That would be quite pretty. That's something I thought about. The pearls would fit lovely in between them, but
yeah,
you'd probably be needed to be thread with the 0.6 rather than the 1 mil. So just threading one of these on, like so, and a couple more, and they're not too bad for getting the wire through. As you can see, they just go straight through. And then perhaps trim that a little bit before I make a spiral at this end. Again, little spiral using round nose pliers to start it off, and then I use either chain nose or flat nose pliers just to help me start it, and then once I've got to a point where there's a bit of a spiral forming, just use my fingers. So there we go, and spiral it back down so that it meets the other side of the gemstones. Okay, and that just stops everything from falling off, like that. Now the next step is to take some of your 1mm wire and make yourself some little spirals. So it helps if all the spirals are the same size, so it takes a bit of messing around to start with, because what I want them to do is to sit diagonally across the rose quartz like that. Basically once you've got the hang of which size you need, then cut loads of pieces of wire to the same size, and then just use those. And unfortunately, because I've already spiraled my other ones, I'm not sure exactly what my wire gauge is, so I'm just going to make a few.
And go for them all together.
Yeah. And get them on there. The good news is, because it's wire, it's malleable, so if you've got one that's too big, you just uncurl it and then chop a bit off the end, or if it's a bit too small, you can not have it so tightly wound.
Yes.
So let's just see if that fits. Yeah, that kind of fits. So what I'm going to do now is take a long length of the 0.6 wire, and I need to anchor that to this end. So if I just leave a sort of a tail there, and then wrap the rest around that spiral, just a couple of times, maybe 3 times, just to hold it in place. And then effectively you're going to sort of sew with that piece of wire.
Yep.
So take one of your pre-prepared spirals, and the idea is you want to try and kind of lash it to the gemstone with the wire. So this one, I want it to come underneath that corner first. A little bit, you might have to help it until you got the first one on at least. I just hold that there. How about I come up through the gemstone for the first one?
Okay, so you're going up through that one.
Going up through just to make sure that the wire behaves itself for the first couple of pieces.
Okay.
I've already had one demo with all the tools going everywhere, so
No,
we'll try not to have a second one.
No one noticed that bit.
Right. So, threading that through, and then what I'm trying to do is, using the wire that runs through the centre, use that as a point to create a frame inside the gemstone. So, by threading through, trapping your spiral, and then bringing the wire back up the other side,
yeah,
but making sure it's hooked over the internal wire.
I can see.
Can you see what I mean? So when we turn the wire around and go the other way, it's under the gemstone, and then hook up on this side of the central wire. Thread that round. Try and hook it on, and give it a little wiggle, and it just pull through. Also just going to straighten that little kink out because I don't want it to break. And then you keep wrapping. So it's gone round there. So this side, the wire's going around the gemstone, up through the centre, but on your side, if you like, of the central piece.
Yeah.
Wrap that round, stick my finger in to stop that from kinking if I can, and secure it. And I don't know if you can see inside. I wonder if I can turn it so you can see better.
I can see, yeah.
Like that. Get this piece out of the way. And you do that so that you've got about probably 3 stitches on either side. I'm saying stitches because it's kind of a bit like sewing, isn't it? It's proper chunky sewing. Sewing with wire. Back up through. And all the time you're trying to capture that spiral so that it stays on top of the gemstone. This is why it's slightly different to the others, because we've seen some lovely things made where the main feature is the wire, and in this it really is just an extra rather than the main part. So with this side, we just need to make sure that the wire goes through the centre of the other half of the spiral here. Mm-hmm. Because that will be the bit that stops it from slipping off and going everywhere, and just generally making a nuisance of itself. So threading that in like that, caught it, and then when you've got sort of 2 or 3 stitches on either side, you just bring this around the centre wire here a couple of times, like so. Mm-hmm. And you're ready to start your next one.
Oh, brilliant!
So I mean, it's a very repetitive thing, but they're just separate components placed over the top, and it's all about how you sort of lash it to the gemstone, and then let the gemstone be the main feature.
I love that. Just whilst you're doing that next one, we'll come back to you in a very short moment. I just need to offer you these. What I'm going to say though is, trust me, you're getting yourself such a great deal that we are going to show this to you and quickly move on. So please get yourself on the phone lines if you want it, because trust me, it's a ridiculous price we're doing on this. This is 1mm 0.8 1 mil, sorry, 100 meters. This is what we've used to create those beautiful S shapes, and also we'll be showing you how to work with it more a little bit later. You've also got 100 meters of your 0.6. Really great to do things such as your findings, but also you can actually do tiara technique with 0.6, which you might not initially think of. Genuinely, the price on this is so crazy, we're going to bring the price on and move on rapidly. The price today for this is not £47.90. Your price today is so low. It's going to be £39.90, which, just trust me on this, you are getting yourself such a great deal. Really. MNGC 97. We have still got some of our lovely designer inspiration, lovely lavenders. In there you have these beautiful rose quartz. You also have in there the stunning pearl, as well as that you've got those wonderful flower shaped clear quartz. You've got your ribbon, your cord as well, the findings pack. All of that stuff for just £29.95. I've still got some left of that WLGC 23. It's everything that we've needed to create these beautiful bejeweled pieces on top of your ridiculously low wire. Get your hands on that whilst you can. Get your hands on the wire whilst you can too. £39.90. Beautiful, Han. Where are we going now?
Lovely. Well, I mean, this is basically a repetitive pattern again. So rather than sort of do the whole bracelet, I mean, should we switch to a different one, or I can do the Kumhimo necklace with the interchangeable pendants as well?
Fab. Yeah, let's do.
Or all of it. Or all of it.
Yeah, let's do all of the above if we can. You've got approximately 35 minutes, so I think we can squeeze it all in, can we?
Yeah, that'd be no problem at all. Okay. So, well, I'm just wondering whether to demo the other wire one or whether just to explain it. Perhaps we'll come back to that and then just explain it if we need to.
Should we have a look at the interchangeables?
Yeah, so I can do a bit of the Kumhimo as well. So if we have a look at the necklace, that one is just a simple wire wrapped cross there.
Yeah.
And what I've done with that is just made it out of the 0.6 wire and used one of the hearts from the toggle clasp as a feature on the bottom.
Fab.
And at the top of it, you should be able to see here, this is one of the earring findings that's just been bent into a little oval.
Oh, brilliant.
And if you have a look at the other pendant that's lying on the desk in the minute.
Yep, I will pick that up. Should we? Yeah, I'll show you it next to it.
Yeah,
so love this.
A little bit like we did in the Inferno necklace. It's that technique.
With the rondelle.
With the rondelle sort of daisy or whatever.
So if you did miss out on that, it will be up on YouTube how to do this in our first designer inspiration today's date.
Yep.
And I love this beautiful.
I know that the
that is so tactile, isn't it? I love it. I'm going to interswitch these.
Okay.
Whilst you show us exactly how to Kumhimo. Now we have got some more goodies coming up for you shortly. Don't forget that you've got the Kumhimo cord, the organza ribbon in the pack for you. The graphics are coming up for that in just a moment.
Okay, so if you're being hyper professional, you would probably have a weight attached to the centre of this and you'd be using the bobbins. But as I didn't use that when I made that, I wanted just to show you that if you haven't got all of those things, don't panic. You can still do Kumhimo.
Yeah.
So what I've taken is I've got an 8 warp braid, and I've used some of the organza ribbon. So I've got some purple. I've got 2 strands of the pale pink, 1 of the hot pink, and then I've got the satin cord, and I've got 2 strands of pink on this side and 2 strands of cream on the other side.
Yep.
And the way I've measured it is I've just taken the whole lot out, unravelled everything, folded it all in half and then just chopped it. So I've got approximately half of everything.
Half of everything, I see.
Then you tie everything just in an overhand knot and make sure that the knot goes through the centre of your disc. Comes here.
So the numbers are pointing upwards.
Yeah, so the numbers are pointing up. Number 32 is always at the top. and then all of your strands come out the top, and then you put them either side of the 32, either side of the 8, 16 and the 24.
Yeah, where the big black dots are.
Where the dots are.
Fab.
Okay, and the way that I remember how to start this is what goes up must come down. So you're always starting from the bottom, going up for the first strand,
clever, good.
and then you come down again.
Fab.
So that's how, and then every time you do that, you then turn it counterclockwise. So we're going to start with the hot pink, and that comes from down here, goes up to there.
Okay.
Okay, and then when you've got the 3 strands together, you take the one on the opposite side here down this side. You've got to remember, don't cross them over. They have to go up and down in a straight line.
Okay.
And all the crossing over is in the middle there.
In the middle.
So when you've done that, you turn it a quarter of a disc round counterclockwise, and you do the same thing. So we're going with the satin. What goes up must come down. Like that, and then turn it, and you keep going so that you're always working from the bottom of the disc to the top of the disc, but you rotate it once every time in the middle. Now, because you don't have a weight underneath it, what you will need to do is just keep giving the centre knot a little bit of a tug, and that will allow it to create the cord without getting too snagged up.
Can I ask you a very important Kumihimo related question?
Yeah.
What happens if someone knocks at the door right now?
If someone knocks at the door right now...
Because the amount of times I've put down my Kumihimo disc and thought, oh, where was I now?
If you look at the pattern, it will tell you where you are. So the idea is that you're looking for the last stitch that happened. So it will be the whatever is on the very top edge.
So in this case, the pink.
We've got the hot pink and we've got the pale pink there, all right on the top. So you know that that's just happened. So you need to turn it once, and then you're going from a braid that's underneath.
I see.
The pattern.
So just have a real close look, essentially.
Yeah. And that kind of works for macrame as well. If you're looking for where you left off, there will always be an obvious over-the-top stitch.
Over-the-top stitch, yeah, I see.
So I mean, sometimes you just got to get your eye in with it, but it does work. So you just keep going. You also have to remember, if you've not got the bobbins on these, whenever you've done sort of like a complete turn, just kind of lift it all up, and then what I do is kind of stroke through the strands underneath.
The bobbins.
So if you've got bobbins on, it won't tangle.
It just keeps it all nice in place.
But because I haven't got them, that's why it's a good idea to make sure you don't get yourself in a nasty tangled mess.
Yep.
And it's quite therapeutic. So you just keep going round.
Yeah.
And you get your cord.
The thing I love about Kumihimo is that it builds up so quickly.
It does. Once you know what you're doing, it does go quite quickly.
It's a great one for children as well. The amount of classes I have done with children with Kumihimo and how caught up they get in it within mere moments. It's really impressive though, isn't it? They absolutely love it.
It is quite addictive. I think it's one of those things as a child, quite often we like have a go with hair braiding and things like that, as girls anyway. I don't know about the guys, but we also did a lot of friendship bracelets and things at school.
Yeah.
And then we also had a class, the first knowledge of macrame that I ever had was to make like a hanging basket thing.
Okay.
To put a plant in.
Yeah.
And that was just all macrame technique. So,
oh wow, I like that.
So this is kind of like a follow-on.
Yeah, it is.
But obviously you're making jewellery. So I'm just going to whack through this a little bit and then show you the pattern on the other side.
Yeah, go ahead. We do it for, you know, making them and selling them on for charity.
Oh yeah.
We do that quite a bit actually with the kids from work as well. And I think it's quite nice that they've been able to say that they've made it and they're making money by selling it to charity.
It's
and
nice,
it's quite proud feeling,
like
isn't it? And I think they love as well the fact that a lot of them, especially the younger ones, as soon as they've pulled one across, they're flipping it over straight away to see what's come out.
To see what it looks
like.
But
it's literally just one. Oh, we've got to have another look. God, I love it so much.
Well, in true style, like, you know, this is what I'm going to do now. Just turn that over and show you.
And just to show you exactly.
That it's starting to
look
come
how quickly
through.
this builds up.
starting to come through. So if you've got sort of like half an hour or something and you're watching telly, I'd say make yourself a few braids up, and then you've got some in advance of anything you want to make.
Yeah, I think that's fab.
And then the other thing I wanted to show you with this is on the necklace, because I didn't have any Kumihimo end caps in the pack, I've just tied a simple knot, and then using a lovely little gizmo, well, it's not a gizmo, it's a lovely little tool.
Okay.
Called a thread zapper.
Zapper? Your thread zapper? Yeah.
If I take this off to explain it. So what this does...
I always think these look very daunting and slightly painful.
Just don't touch the hot end, basically,
Yes, okay.
and don't let anybody else touch the hot end.
Good tip, definitely.
So when you finish your braid, your cord, whatever, you then, you've got these leftover bits.
Yeah, leftover
and in
threads.
the kit, you've got the ribbon cord ends. So what I've done is I've selected a couple of the organza pieces that are sticking out as a tassel, and then I'm just going to use this little tool which gets hot at the end, battery powered, and you just press the button for a few seconds, and then that little bit at the end gets red hot. Sometimes you see a little wisp of smoke, and then if I can do this without burning myself, you just cut through, and because it's hot, it cauterizes. Okay?
Just straight through.
Straight through.
Clean cut.
So that won't fray.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't come apart either, and then you're just left with the satin cords. And because you've got your little cord ends in the pack, it's very easy to then put those into the cord end and clamp it.
Clamp it shut.
So I can show you that as well if you want.
Yeah, brilliant, because I know we've got a few people watching for the first time today and buying from us for the first time. These will be you will get these in your findings pack that you get with WLGC23. You get this findings pack. There's loads of goodies in there, but this is the cord ends. You're going to be getting 3 of these, and we'll show you exactly how to use them and what they look like now.
So cord end is basically, it's that. It's got a little piece of chain, it's got a clasp, and it's got these 2 little sort of trough shapes, if you like, either end. Now they're the pieces that your cord or your ribbon go into. And if you want to be ultra secure, you can put a little dab of glue in there first. But essentially all you do is you take your cords and you place them in so that your work is on the side at the end here, and then the straggly bits are at the clasp side. And then using flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers, you just gently squash one side so that it traps some of the cords in, and then do the same on the other side and kind of pinch it all together. If I can do it without getting my fingers in the way. Pinch it all together like that, and then again you can use your cord zapper, thread zapper, just to slice through these excess bits that you don't want. Find a good position to put that in so that I don't burn myself.
Yeah.
Wait for it to heat up and then slice through like that.
It's like butter, that, isn't it?
Yeah, so that gives you a nice neat finish if you don't have Kumihimo end caps in your pack.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Good tip.
Then,
thank you.
All I've done, I've got 3 different embellishments, if you like, to go with it.
Oh yes, I forgot about this one.
So one of them's a little rosette.
How cute is this?
Which is that?
I am in love. You could have it as a little brooch. What would
in your hair, as
in
a
your
brooch.
hair.
You can tie it to anything you want to.
No, I was going to say croissant, but I don't mean croissant. Corsage.
Croissant. Making me
I'll have it as a
hungry.
croissant. As a little corsage. I love this. I think that's so cute.
So all I've done with that is I've taken the other half of the ribbons that I had and folded 2 together, and then you just make like little figure of 8. So if I can do it with a couple of, hang on, let's just borrow this for a minute and try and show you what I mean.
I did politics at university, and if I was to be a politician, I would like this to be my badge.
That would be your badge.
Oh, I think I'd be taken really seriously, wouldn't I?
So all that was then, you just take your ribbon, you sort of fold it together like that, so you've got 2 petals, and then you do the same the other side like that. So you end up with kind of like a figure of 8.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of see that. And then you just got to try and keep hold of it all, and then make more of your little petals, but sort of force them so that they don't all sit on top of each other. They gradually twist round.
Okay.
So this one could come over the top like that. Just so you get a few petals together, and you can make as many of those as you like, and then when you've got to a point where you think you're finished, all I've done is I've taken a normal sewing needle, and some thread, and just stitched through the centre of all of them, and then used a little button to make the centre of the rosette, or the centre of the flower.
Which is super cute, isn't it?
So if we have a look at the actual thing, you can see the little button in the middle there, and then I've left 2 sort of longer tails, because the idea behind it is that you use those to then secure it to either the kumihimo braid or to a bag or to some keys or whatever you want to do it. A dog's collar if you wanted to.
Oh my goodness.
That could be cute, couldn't it?
Totally. Oh my goodness, I
Sure,
can
the dog would
completely see that. My dog, Mulberry, is going to be trotting around with one of these on. I can totally see that.
Is that mulberry after the handbags, or mulberry after something
How
else?
did you know? I really wanted...
The
handbags are available. I really wanted a Mulberry handbag for Christmas. I was going to treat myself.
Yeah.
But I didn't have enough money to get our dog and the Mulberry handbag because they were the same price.
Right, okay.
So I ended up getting the dog and naming it after the handbag. That was
so you now need
compromise.
Fendi and Chloe as well to go with your other 2 dogs.
A whole pack of handbag dogs. I love that idea.
Is it a little dog?
It's a golden retriever.
Oh, I was going to say, if they're all little, they could all have like a designer name and sit in their own bags.
Could you imagine me trying to get a golden retriever into a mulberry bag? Oh my goodness. Oh, I've got cannons. I have got for you a threading pack mega bundle. Take a little look. You will be able to make as many of these for a whole pack of handbag dogs if you wish with this threading pack. In here you have got loads of your cord, including your organza. You've got different colourways in this though. So I've got out for you now the blue one, but you've also got a pink colourway with lavender and lilac in there too, and you have your monochrome colour as well. In each you will be getting your monofilament, your elastic and your beading thread in the relating colour. You're also going to be getting in here 5 meters of the wax cord in 2 separate colours in each. And you get the bags too. Everything you can see on screen now, including the DVD and the toolkit I showed you earlier on. This is your beading thread DVD with the wonderful Gemma Crow. I've got to admit, it's one of my favourite DVDs. I think it's absolutely fab, and it did prompt me to sit with beading thread wrapped around my head in my living room for an afternoon as well. Beading thread, the Adventures with Beading Thread DVD, it shows you how to make these beautiful flowers on almost a bib style necklace, as well as many, many more. It's amazing how much you can do with beading thread. It's not just a threading material, and this DVD proves that. So let's reiterate, you're going to be getting the blue colours of organza and wax cord. You're going to be getting the monochrome as well. You're going to be getting the pinks in there too. You're going to be getting in there memory wire as well. Where's that hiding? You have, haven't you? Yeah, you've got a memory wire ring in this one as well. Don't forget, if you love memory wire, I've got plenty coming up for you in a little bit too. You even get a memory wire ring in this one as well. 4 of the purple organza bags, your beading thread DVD, and your toolkit. Let's have a look at your should be price, shall we? Should be £37.20. This threading material is going to keep you going a long time. £37.20 should be your price. But are you ready for a jaw-dropping, eye-boggling, mind-blowing price? Today it's not £37, it's £14.90 for all of these goodies. Can you believe it? What a wonderful deal. So this kit by itself is normally a tenner, and the DVD by itself is normally a £5. So essentially, you're buying these and getting all of that for free today. This is a really special deal. Get your hands on it whilst you can, and you're getting 4 of the beautiful organza bags in it as well. £14.90. Make yourself as many puppy collars as you like with this today.
If anybody does, will they send a picture in?
Oh, please, could you, if anyone does. Especially if you have a few dogs, especially if you have a little boy dog and a little girl dog, you could give them little colours. Oh my goodness, what a great idea. His and hers. Oh, I love how fab. In fact, I think you get 5 of the organza bags I've just looked. Possibly 4 or 5. Wow, fab, isn't it? £14.90 for all of the threading material, the DVD, the toolkit, the organza bags, the monofilament, all that elastic, all of the beading thread, as well as that stunning DVD and the memory wire ring. It's yours today for less than £15. £14.90.
Bargain.
So we're going to have a little look at how to do this beautiful pearl.
Yeah, the pearl cross pendant. So when you've made your Kumihimo braid, you could either put the rosette on it, or you could do the tassel using the rondelle daisy technique, and then just trapping the wire in with the beading thread at the bottom. Yeah. Or you can do this, which is a wire wrapped cross.
Isn't that pretty?
Very sweet. So I'm using the 0.6 wire this time, and I'm just kind of starting off by attaching the little heart to the bottom here. So this is part of your toggle clasp from your findings pack.
I see.
And all I'm going to do is like make a little wrapped loop with that. So fold it over and then twist it around itself so that it traps the heart at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like that. Do it a few times and then trim off the excess. Like that. And then I'm hoping that I'm going to be as lucky because I didn't have to ream any of the pearls in the set that I had for the demo.
Well, that's good.
So I'm going to see if it works with these.
Probably not.
It might. Have faith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
So I've got 8 pearls.
8 going up.
And look at that. Going straight on to the wire.
And that's your 0.6.
0.6 wire.
Going through these pearls, that's not a reason to purchase. I don't know what is. I don't think I've ever seen pearls. Sometimes you even struggle with pearls going through the floor, don't you?
I know. It's just, as long as you haven't kinked your wire, you should be able to get them straight on there.
That is fantabulous. WLGC23 Designer Inspiration, lovely lavender, to get your hands on these beautiful pearls, which go through 0.6. £29.95, as well as the rose quartz and all the other goodies.
And then what I want to do is make a little wrap loop at the top, but without trimming the wire off. So I put my pliers in, fold it over.
Yep.
Bring the wire back over the top here, and kink it so that the little loop is at the top.
I see.
And then I take my pliers out and sort of pinch it together, so you're hanging onto the loop. And then, because this wire is so malleable, you just lightly hold it and you wrap round a few times, and then you allow it to come down over the pearl in a twist, and then around, and then down over the pearl.
So like you're doing a wrap around the pearl and then a wrap in between?
Yeah, in between, just to anchor it in place. And around the pearl. Keep going down like that. You have to let go for a second with the pliers.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, again, it's such a simple technique, but it just lifts an ordinary strand of gemstones not that pearls are ordinary, but you know, it's a single coloured strand and you're adding a bit of metallic to it. I want my fingers in the way a bit. There we go. Around.
All the way around.
This last one. Until you get to the bottom, and then you wrap it around a few times and then trim off the tail. Like that. So I trim that off, and then always try and tuck in, wherever you cut wire, always try and tuck the end in if you can. So just a little bit like that. And that's the start. Now we need to make the crossbar.
Yeah.
So taking another piece of the same wire, if I just pop that down a second, and I'm hoping, have I got enough there? Might be cutting myself a little bit short.
Do you want to trim off another piece?
I might just go a slightly longer piece. It's always better, I mean, when you've got a huge reel of stuff like this, it's always better to give yourself just a little bit more leeway.
Yeah.
So you don't get caught out, really. And then all I've done is I've counted 3 pearls down, 1, 2, 3, and in the same way you just twist it around the centre a couple of times to make your cross.
To make the cross section.
Like that. And it's actually secure enough to just do that with and not have to have any other kind of fixing.
That's good.
And then thread on 3 pearls onto either side, and then make a little spiral to secure them. 1, 2, 3, like that. Might trim some of that down, maybe there. Okay, just twizzling that round again. Start it off with the pliers. And then once I've got it, I can switch to twizzling it with my fingers. Round and round and round, so there's something to get hold of. And then twist. And it just holds it in place on that side.
It's pretty, but also it's actually keeping it solid too, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's
all in place.
Functional and structural, you know, and beautiful all at the same time.
Yeah.
Decorative and functional together. That's not bad, is it?
I'm lucky if I managed to do that in a day, just myself as a person.
Well, you know, multitasking.
I just whilst you've been crafting away, I've just been doing a little bit of a price comparison online.
Okay.
Because I wanted to have a little think and have a little look at the price of pearl crosses, because it's something that I've seen out there before and I had an idea in my mind, but I did a direct price comparison on the internet.
Yeah.
And I found one that was the same sized pearls as yours.
Yeah.
Now let me double check this. What was it again? What size? Yeah. So these are the pearls from the kit, and they'd used how many in that piece, that cross? They'd used 11 pearls in that cross, and they were the same size as the ones we've got in the kit. So you've
9,
used
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So you've used 14. So you've used more genuine pearls than they have. Theirs was genuine pearls as well. Theirs wasn't coloured. Went online, it's with 14 karat gold, so bear that in mind, it is a full necklace, but the price of it, for less pearls, exactly the same size, how much do you think? Have a think. £265.
Ouch.
Ouch. Imagine if you got that 925 rose gold, buy one, get one free wire that we had earlier for you.
Perfect.
But it just goes to show, doesn't it, the prices?
It does, and I think the thing is, because like, anybody that's used to watching Jewellery Maker is used to getting great prices.
Yeah.
People get used to that don't realise just how good a deal they're getting sometimes.
You can get quite used to it.
Seriously, just look around.
And the cross is beautiful gifts, obviously, for communions and things like that. But you don't have to make it a cross, do you?
No,
you
it doesn't
could
have to
make
be a cross. I mean, you
any shape you wanted, really.
That's the thing. That I mean, the only limit is your own imagination with wire. You could make anything you wanted to.
You could actually, if you wanted to, maybe do the T-bars all the way down, or in different sizes, maybe creating almost a fishbone shape, couldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be really sweet, actually.
Something a little bit different. Get your hands on this kit now. It's your last chance to purchase £29.95 to get your hands on these stunning pearls that go through the 0.6, as well as all the other goodies that we have shown you, including but not limited to the rose quartz that we had and the beautiful findings pack too, £29.95.
Okay, so once you've got your crossbar fixed on, I've just taken one of the normal earring findings that we've got, which start off looking like that.
Yep.
Just a little, I don't know if you can see it in the bag there. So they've got a loop on one side, and all I've done is taken a round nose plier and stuck a loop on the other side, and then just gently pinch that together, just with your fingers, so that your little loops overlap on the bottom there. And then I've got a jump ring, and all I'm doing with the jump ring is opening up and attaching the top loop on the cross to the two loops at the bottom of the finding, and then it doesn't matter about whether you can open it or not after that, because the finding is big enough to go over an 8 warp Kumihimo. So it'll fit.
It will fit.
It'll fit.
That's good.
So hook that in there.
I've had a message in, someone's asking what gauge wire we're using for the cross. It's the 0.6.
0.6, yeah. I mean, you can use all sorts of stuff, but I do find that when you're doing that little technique where you're wrapping between the gemstones and then over them, it just sort of it almost melts onto it. There's no real panic or like trying to force it to go around the gemstone. It just does.
Yeah.
And you end up with a little cross like that.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but very high fashion and simple to create. Perfect. It's absolutely beautiful and interchangeable. Now, if you are interested in getting yourself started with wire work, then the jig is coming up for you now. Right now. I'm going to bring you the jig right now. If you haven't maybe got your hands into wire work yet, it's a great way to start. And also your long lost friend is in here too. It is your 0.4 back in the building in this bundle. He's been away for a tan and he's come back golden brown, antiques bronze copper tone. You've also got in here your gold and your silver wire too. Now this jig itself is so easy to use. You'll see all the holes in here. You might be able to see some of the nuts in place. You get loads of these, not only the large ones but also the tiny ones. Create any look or shape that you wish to with this, whether you decide to create your own logo with it or whether even you want a bit of a Celtic knot design, you can create it with this. This means that you can get symmetry with ease, and it's also a great way to just get yourself playing with wire too. Let's have a look at your price on this, shall we? Should be £8.90. The price today though, it's nowhere near that. Let's roll it down for you. The price for the jig and 10 metres of 0.4 is just £6.95 for you today. IOGC80, get your hands on this. Have you had to play with the jig before?
I haven't, no. I was just thinking at that price I ought to get myself one, shouldn't I?
Oh my goodness,
have a little go.
Honestly, do give it a go because it is a lot of fun. You can make them really fancy connectors with this
I was just thinking that. I might see if I can do that for the next time I'm in.
Yeah, maybe.
Go.
Definitely. £6.95 is your price on this today. So we promised that we were going to talk through how to do this one, didn't we? So let's have a little
explain it. Or?
Yeah, you've got a good 4 or 5 minutes. 4 minutes.
Okay.
4.
If I can borrow that itself.
Go ahead.
Because I wonder if we can. I don't want to bend it too much. If I show you, but it's a basket weave, this one, so it's really chunky. So you do the same thing, same principle as previously, where you have 10 of your rose quartz rectangles and then a wire that goes through the centre with a spiral on either end. And then what I've done is I've cut several more pieces of wire that are longer than the actual bracelet.
Yeah.
So that I've got enough to make spirals on the end.
I see.
And then I've interwoven them so that if you, I don't know how close, will that help? Yeah, you can kind of see. So you take the wire from the top edge to start with, and then you go through the centre hole of the first gemstone and up through the centre hole of the second gemstone, and you keep going. So you get a basket weave.
Okay, I see.
I can. Do you want me to show it, or?
Yeah, go on. We've got
time.
like 4.5 seconds. No, we've got about 3. No, we've got about 3 minutes.
It's not a particularly quick one, but
you can give us a feel for it, though.
I'll give you the principle of it with a couple of pieces.
So you're just getting the 1 mil purple wire. We have still got some of this wire bundle left. Call the call centre, they'll know all about it. And it is your wire wrapping jig with the 0.4, the 10 metres. If you need to get your hands on 0.4, 10 metres worth, then this is your chance to do it with the jig as well. Honestly, if you haven't had to play with this, there is tutorials. But also, I love, you get the instruction pack and you have an empty grid in here to make your own pieces too. So you can actually create your own designs and just note them down. It's a great piece. £6.95 today.
Okay, so this is using the same piece. So we've got the one spiral on the end which supports all your gemstones in place.
Yep.
And then this one, you need to anchor it to the initial one. So I'm just going to twist the two together.
Yeah.
Like that a little bit, just so that they stay put. And then with this first wire, you go down through the first gemstone.
Yeah.
And if you leave your finger or thumb in the way, it just stops the wire from kinking.
Good tip.
Okay, and then again put your finger in the way underneath, and then bring it back up through the next gemstone.
Yeah.
And keep it on the same side of your central wire. Like this. And then again,
weaving it down.
Weaving it down, yeah. Trying to do it. It is best to do this quite slowly because if you're not careful, you can actually scratch
the wire,
the purple wire. So you do need to be a little bit careful with it. Oops, and then back up through this side here, like that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So you get the idea.
I get the idea. Yep.
And then the next piece, you do the opposite thing with it. So where you've gone down through the top to start with,
you go up.
You come up from underneath.
And is that on the opposite side of that base wire or the same?
I've done it on the same, and what I've done is I've put 2 or 3 weaves on either side.
Yeah.
Because it makes it really, really chunky. And then when you've got that, and you've got spirals on the end, you then use that as your framework. And then what I've done is, again, it's a bit like sewing.
Yeah.
And I've just taken the 0.6 wire, wrapped it around the spirals on one end.
I see, yeah.
And then I've gone up through underneath the rose quartz.
Beautiful.
Tracked a pearl on it, held the pearl in place, and then sort of like gone around the gemstone and back up through the centre. And do that all the way along. And then I've just interspersed some of these lovely little quartz flowers in there for a bit of extra embellishment.
Yeah, I see.
And you just keep going, and it's a very repetitive technique, but once you've got there, you get all the pearls on the outside, you get your basket weave through the centre, you've got your little embellishments. It's chunky, but it's feminine.
Beautiful.
So
that is really, really simple to do, isn't it? Really easy to create. Hannah, you've been an absolute star. Thank you so much for showing us this. We'll be heading back to Hannah in a bit for her challenge, but join me after the break for great deals, including that Rio quartz.
Join guest designer Sarah Elvin and get creating stunning designs in no time with this Kumahimo introductory DVD. The easy-to-follow steps shown on this DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will guide you through a variety of techniques to get you started. To get your hands on a copy, simply contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
I think labradorite, when you think about it, is as beautiful as a diamond because it gives you, for me, more amazement than a diamond. You look at it and it does something really unexpected, like a lightning bolt.
Labradorite is one of those gemstones from Jewellery Maker that is always going to be a top seller. The labradorite that you get from Jewellery Maker has got extreme amounts of labradorescence. The colour saturation is just superb, and that's really indicative of the quality that we can get for you here at Jewellery Maker. It seems to reflect your moods as well. Whatever kind of mood you're in, whatever you put it with, it seems to bring out those gorgeous colours, so it really is a true chameleon gemstone.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away. The early bird catches the worm. Don't miss out on your chance to grab our amazing early bird offers at 9 AM on weekday mornings. Catch them while you can.
The name tourmaline comes from the Sri Lankan word tomali, meaning mix, because this colourful gem was often confused with other gemstones. Sri Lanka was also responsible for tourmaline's first appearance in Europe when it was sold to the Dutch traders in the 1600s.
Welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Rebecca Redican, and joining us today is the wonderful Hannah Osbourne. Hannah, how's your challenge going?
All right, it's not too bad. I've helped myself to a scoop of gemstones to add to it though. I hope that's all right.
Yeah, of course it is. We'll be having a little look at the challenge that we set later on. Don't forget, it's that brand spanking new, never seen before memory wire. That's coming up for you in a little bit. But before that, I have got so many new strands for you today. We have been really lucky. You've already seen one. How about you see another? How about taking home with you today brand spanking new pearls? Keshi, to be precise. These are your blue Keshi. What I would say though, they don't really look that blue to me. They look really silver, don't they? Almost like globules of solder. So beautiful. Top drilled these Keshi pearls are. Now, if you are having an issue with your internet at the moment, do press F5. That might well help you out a little bit. Or, do you know what? Call the call centre. If you're ringing off a landline, it's free. And back in the day, I used to ring live and kicking quite a bit, right? And I used to love being on the phone lines and waiting and dead excited. Just do it the old school way if you want to. 0800 644 655. It was good enough for live and kicking. It's good enough for me. These are your brand spanking new top drill Keshi cultured pearls. The lovely thing with these is you're never ever gonna have someone forget or maybe think that these were faux pearls, because you can just tell they've got that organic look to them, haven't they? They've got that organic and natural look to them. Should we bring your pricing on this? £9.95. Imagine creating Alison Terry's bonsai tree with these as leaves. Jewel, it's £9.95 on these. Sorry, I'm doing this because I've just been asked where the bonsai tree is and I'm pointing. It's not some odd sort of dance move. Thank you very much, Cass. Have a look at how gorgeous this would be on here as little leaf. Even if you just had it, little blossoms, little silver blossoms. Almost like a winter wonderland version. Wouldn't they work just beautifully with this? This is £9.95 for the strand today, and it's your top drilled, brand spanking new Keshi pearls from around 8x7 all the way to 13x6. You need to check out your baskets today. We are moving quite quickly through these, and I would say it could be your only chance to get your hands on them. It might be the first time, and it might even be the last time you see these at £9.95. Check out as many times as you like. It doesn't make any odds. We don't add on postage and packaging every time you check out. Just check it out. It's only £2.95 standard postage and packaging for you. And think, you might even get these by the weekend. So you can spend your whole weekend whipping up a Winter Wonderland inspired bonsai. £9.95 for this stunning brand new strand today. Where are we headed? Ooh. Earring backs. Now, these are your butterfly backs, and these are 925, and they're the golden tone. Now, it's unusual that we will sell the butterfly backs separately, but we are doing it for you today because we know that a few of you have requested these. Take a little look. You're going to be getting 3 packets. This is just one packet that I'm showing you now. Obviously, we all recognise a butterfly back, don't we? There's your flat side there. Now, we're not doing the posts for you in this, it's just the backs. You're getting 20 pieces. If you work with 0.6 wire, perhaps that rose gold we brought to you earlier on, that 925, or if you've just got golden coloured 0.6 at home, if you create your own beautiful earrings, you can attach these to the back. They will fit snugly. Also, they do have the butterflies at the side here, which you can actually, with a jump ring, attach chain onto. So you could have a beautiful stud and then possibly have some chain dropping from it that actually loops to the back of the ear as well. So a really funky, cool design you could create with that. Not only will you never lose your earring back, but also you've got this kind of Jean-Paul Gaultier loop of chain that's so in at the moment too. Kind of giving it a bit of a modern twist. Also, I have actually linked these together in a long bracelet before as well, just linking them together with jump rings. It creates a real nice movement piece. Your price on this is cracking. Let's bring it in, shall we? You are getting 20 pieces in here of the butterfly backs. It's IYGC69. My graphics have gone off. The computer has thrown a paddy. It doesn't want us to do you a great deal, but we are going to. You're getting 3 packs. We can do it now. Here is your price. 20 of these 3 packets, £8. Wow. That is your price on these today. You can create any type of piece that you wish to. And think about it this way as well. Sometimes we'll bring you the posts, won't we, with the eye pin, and you can create beautiful drops. But sometimes you don't just want that ball end, do you? Sometimes you want something really elaborate and creative. You can make it yourself with 0.6, and then you've still got a back for safety. £8 for 20 of these, 925 sterling silver with your gold plating, just £8. I've got some serious, chunky, heavy, beautiful, umptuous gemstones now with this gorgeous, almost diesel-like effect on the surface. This is your rainbow pyrite. You've got 3 strands in this wonderful bundle. Now, you've got 240 carats of the puffy ovals, and these ones here are the 14x10. You've also got 250 carats of the faceted ovals, which are the ones at the end here. Again, same size as previously, 14x10. And finally, you have 260 carats of the pyrite ovals, but these ones are slightly different in size. These ones are 16x10. So you've got all the rainbow tones running through here. You just have the slightly different, actually, weirdly enough, you're actually working with the same shape, aren't you? But because you've got 2 alternate sizes and one that's faceted, they couldn't look more different, could they? Should we get your price in? OBGC 18, £14. 95p is good, but we can do better. So we will for you today. Your price is just £11.95 on these today. And you know what? They are a beautiful strand. They've got in there pops of your fuchsia. If you've been working with sari silk recently, then this is going to work beautifully with these pieces. We've got some sari coming up at some point in the week, aren't we? £11.95. You've got beautiful blues, you've got really poppy pinks in there too. £11.95 for 3 strands of genuine pyrite. It's a special deal. Get your hands on it whilst you can. We're going to be quick paced. Pardon? No. Where are we going? No. Okey pokey. I have got for you now a very pretty strand of rose. Have a little look at this for me. Now, this strand's quite lengthy actually, isn't it? I've just noticed. 210 carats, that's why. There's such a high carat weight in this. Now, these are your graduated large nuggets. Now, have you just been paid? And have you already managed to get down to pounds in your account? You're not quite sure how you managed it. Perhaps you went out at the weekend and the glass of wine turned into a few bottles and somehow your money's gone that way. Perhaps you have been tuning in for the amazing goodies we've had recently on Jewellery Maker and you've spent up that way. Have you only got a £5 left in your account, or have you only got a £5 left to spend on your JM bag? I know a lot of you set yourself Jewellery Maker limits, don't you, for how much you're going to spend. You're going to be able to get your hands on this. The price is astonishing. It's UCIM 71, and what I will say is if you're looking at getting your hands on a high carat weight of beautiful rose quartz for just a few pounds, then you will get yourself on the phone now. 0800 644 655. I'll give you a couple of seconds. The price, it's going to be under a £5. Get yourself on the phone line, because as soon as I bring that price in, people will then rush on. For you out there who trust in me and know I'm going to give you a cracking deal, just get on the phone now, save yourself queuing, to be honest. 210 carats of genuine rose quartz, sizable pieces as well, up to 20 by 11 on a 38 centimetre strand. Your price today is just £3.95 on this. Get yourself on the phone for a true bargain. I told you, genuine gemstone for way under a £5. That is something special, isn't it? UCIM 71. I've got Pauline, Pamela, Rachel, Christine and Kent's getting a few as well. Pamela, another Pamela's getting some too. Nicholas, Tina, I've got Daphne buying some. Helen, you've got some already. Mary, I have got Jane purchasing some. Still got it in your basket, a couple of you. Make sure you are checking these out for me, please. Molly in Lancashire, what a gorgeous name, Molly. You are going to be getting genuine gemstone for less than a £5, £3.95, and it's rose quartz. It's got this beautiful, delicate pink hue. It's got a really beautiful internal structure, almost giving you this milk-like effect. You have got all of this for just £3.95, but I've got loads of you purchasing this. This is flying out of the door. You're going to have to be quick checking out those baskets. If you are having issues on the website, press F5. It may well sort it out. Or, do you know what? Have you seen where Helen's from? Helen! Malaga? Helen! Oh, I hope it's sunny in Malaga. These will be coming to you very soon. What are you doing in Malaga, Helen? Do you live there? Are you on holiday? Are you partying? £3.95 on this beautiful strand today, 38 centimetres for all of this beautiful rose quartz. £3.95. I'm gonna have to move on because these are flying out fast. It's going to be a sellout. I can see I've got probably about 15 people with it in their baskets at the moment, and a few of you are new. If you are new, by the way, I started off with way into triple figures, like way up there, triple figures, and I've not got many left at all now. I can still see there's probably about 12 of you with it in your baskets. Check it out, it's going to be a sellout, definitely. Get it whilst you can. Genuine gemstones, £3.95. You very rarely get that many at that high a carat weight with a beautiful gemstone for that price. Gonna have to move on, it's going to be a sellout. Where are we heading to, my love? Let's go to... Ooh. Let's fall in love with this, shall we? Have a little look at this blue labradorite for me. Gorgeous. It's a relatively new piece actually to our collection. We've only just this year brought it in a strand by itself and had it faceted in this way. Blue labradorite, you'll see that blue gorgeous shiller that you get across the surface, almost an iolite appearance to it, but just with that extra mystical effect with the aurora borealis just cascading internally within here. 80 carats worth of this beautiful graduated strand. They're really stunning facets and they are really high sheen, aren't they? 26 centimetres, let's bring your price in. It's new to us this year and it's a great deal. It's just £9.95 for you to get your hands on this. What would you think of doing with this gemstone, Hannah? Have you worked with the blue labradorite in this form before?
No, I haven't actually, but I think that's one of those ones that would be very nice if it was kind of on the end of tassels, because it's got the drop shape. I think it would move quite nicely. It's almost like little raindrops, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Little shimmering raindrops.
Yeah, so you could have like a little cluster of them.
I think that's a beautiful idea. Really lovely idea. Or a waterfall cascade effect.
Yeah.
Fab. £9.95 is your price for 80 carats of this beautiful gemstone today. Maybe you haven't got any yet. Be the first of your friends to own it if you haven't. £9.95. I've got another stasher for you. I told you I'd be stashing you up, didn't I? And it's on your findings. You've got 3 packs of this. I'll just get them all out for you. In here, you're going to be getting 10 of the crimp beads, all rose gold, all 925 as well. All of the things you can see on screen now you will be getting your hands on. Now, I don't know if you purchased from us a couple of weeks ago, we did it now, that stasher on 925 that we did, and it was 5 packs of it, wasn't it? And you got a really, really great deal on it, you did. We've worked it out, the amount you're going to be saving today, and actually this is working out as an even better deal than that. I know that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you got that deal. This is one for you not to miss out on, it really isn't. So, 925 and it's rose gold. Rose gold has been used this season by Bulgari, it's been used this season by Gucci as well. Of course, Chanel, it's kind of their base colour, isn't it? Bulgari particularly is creating beautiful looks with coloured gemstones and this rose gold colour too. It's a really high-end feel, and you have got these high-end pieces. So, you've got in here 3 of your jump rings. You've got a selection of your head pins. These are your ball head pins. 15 of these, and these are the extra long length, 14 mil on these, which is wonderful because you can create really elaborate drops, or you can create beautiful swirls too. You have, as well as that, got these lovely crimps. These are your crimps, but I just had to look then. The thing I love with 925 is that it closes so perfectly. They look like spacers, but they are crimp bead covers, so you can use those as well. You've got your toggle clasp with T-bar as well here. You've also got 2 pairs of your shepherd's hooks. These shepherd's hooks, I've got to admit, I love because they've got that flattened edge detail and also the gizmo coil on there too, which just adds a little bit of a design feature, saving you the job of doing it yourself, which is always nice. You've got a lobster claw clasp, your crimps, and you've also got that absolutely gorgeous heart-shaped chain, which you should get your hands on now because, you know, it's so beautiful, it's so delicate, it's really elegant. I think it's safe to say it's a lot of people's favourites, and you're getting plenty of this. Now, this price is going to be your one-off offer. Now, I know that we've been having issues on the internet today. You might not want to get yourself on the phone lines if you are having issues. It might, let's face it, you're probably getting a bit fed up if it keeps crashing on you. Trust me, this is a deal that is worth doing it. Possibly the deal of the entire day, because these seriously are so low. 129 pieces of genuine rose gold should be £44.85. We're going nowhere near that today. You're getting serious amounts of money off. 3 packs, 129 pieces. I've got low stock though, so get yourself on the phone now because it's just £24.95 for 3 of these packs of goodies, including your head pins, your jump rings, your crimp bead covers, your toggle clasp, your chain, your pairs of your shepherd's hooks, loads of crimps, and your lobster claw clasp as well. Per pack, that's working out at about £8. £8. Oh no, it's less than that. It's lower than that. We'll work it out for you. It's £7 something, is it? £24.95 divided by 3 is £8.31. Wowzers. For 925, that's something special, isn't it? Because they're normally £14.95, aren't they? So it's a cracking saving. Essentially, you're getting £20 off this, aren't you? You're getting £20 saving pretty much on this today. Should have been £44 something. £20 discount on this, but it is your one-time chance to get your hands on this today. They're going out ridiculously quickly. They really are flying out. Oh no, I had way over double that to start off with. Way over. I've only got 33 left. The thing is, once those 28 that I now have left are gone, we're not going to do this deal again. We're not going to be able to. We can't get our hands on the amount that we need. We had a few left over from that deal we did for you with the 5-pack. We've made the deal even more irresistible now. The deal in the 5-pack worked out at £9 per one. We've managed to take that even lower for you today, working out per pack not £14.95, but just £8.31 per pack. But I've only got 22 of these in total now. Perhaps you got your hands on that emerald, all those Keshi pearls, that wonderful aquamarine that I brought to you earlier on at that stunning price, and you want to work with the high quality, with the high beautiful gemstones, then get your hands on this now whilst you can. £24.95, £8.31 per pack for genuine rose gold. 925. So it's 925 sterling silver, which is the highest grade we can possibly bring to you. There is Britannia silver, which works out between 95 and 99% silver. The one we bring to you is 92.5%, because if we work with Britannia, we would not be able to create these looks at all. If you had a lobster claw clasp, it would open up because it's just far too malleable. It's the highest grade of silver we would possibly want to bring to you for the rose, for this purpose, for jewellery making, and it's working out that we're actually overlaying that luxury already in 7 carats worth of rose gold. 13 left in stock though. It's going to be your last chance to purchase now. It's a crazy low price. Per pack it should be £14.95. Today it's £8.31 for you per pack. You couldn't even buy 2 packs for that price, could you? £24.95. Get your hand on it. It's seriously luxurious and it's a cracking deal for you today. It's going to be a sellout. Get yourself on the phone. FXGC68 is your price on this today. Fab deal on that, really is. Where are we heading to, sorry? Oh, the Rainbow Moonstone. Take a look at these beautiful drops for me. 150 carats worth. Great graduation on these. They are your long drops. These are from around 11 by 6 all the way to 23 by 7 mil. And don't forget, another brand new stand for you today. Get your hands on this whilst you can. Be the first of your friends to own this beautiful gemstone strand. The graduation on this is really exceptional. Almost got a regal kind of Victorian feel to it. What do you think of doing with this, Hannah?
I'd probably just restrand it as it is, you know, and perhaps put some like little silver spacers or something sparkly in between.
Yeah.
And just have a really nice sort of, well, graduated necklace.
Yeah. It's really pretty and so simple to use as well, just as a neckline piece. Moonstone, it is said that, I do not by any way condone that you do this, but it is said that at a full moon, if you take a piece of moonstone and pop it in your mouth at full moon and stand outside in the moonlight, as the moonlight cascades across your face, you're said to be able to see into the future. I do not suggest that you put a bit of moonstone in your mouth and stand outside, but apparently that's what they say. You've got a beautiful strand for this. 150 carats worth, it's 21 centimetre strand. It's brand spanking new, you've not seen it before. Let's bring your price in, shall we? Your price today is £14.95 for a brand new strand. That's really special, isn't it? Isn't that a wonderful deal on this for you? Because essentially it's a brand new strand. You could be the first person to own it. Look at the beautiful schiller. That's what I adore, how it just catches the light as you move. There's plenty of this beautiful schiller across here, isn't there? Stunning movement pieces. It's just going to catch the eye, and the graduation, it does it for you really, doesn't it? Just restranded like this. Beautiful. £14.95 to get your hand on something no one else yet owns. 150 carats worth. Let's bring to you something a little bit different, shall we? It's one of your favourite gemstones out there. And wow, it is a little beauty. Sometimes I forget that I need to show you these, but honestly, when you see them yourself, you are gonna be blown away. Take a look at these mixture of tones kunzite. Wow, aren't they pretty? They've got this Turkish delight sheen to them, don't they? And they've almost got this schiller to them too. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? This Turkish delight coating almost. It's really spectacular. 140 carats worth. You've got a mixture of tones in here of the kunzite, which is really unusual. I don't actually ever think I've seen a multicoloured strand of kunzite before, but you've got pops of pinks, you've got clear on here too, you've got beautiful yellow and even green hues. 18 centimetre strand. Now kunzite is one of those gemstones that recently we've found it pretty tricky to get our hands on, and it's wonderful to be able to offer you this gemstone in such a beautiful strand, but it is tricky to get our hands on at this moment in time. So what I would say is get it whilst you can. 140 carats worth you have of this, and it's beautiful. If you haven't maybe worked with these rough shapes before, there's so much you can do with them if you're creating a bit of a boho feel. What would you do with this strand, Hannah?
Sorry, I'm miles away. What are we looking at?
Beautiful strand, 140 carats of kunzite in these rough medium nuggets.
Oh, okay. Well, I quite like the organic, like, sort of looking stuff. I mean, I also like chunky jewellery, but it'd be really nice if, because they're such feature pieces, if you just had quite a long section of chain in between each one, and then maybe hang something like little wrapped loops of something smaller in between, so like a different colour, and then wore it as a really long necklace again. I thought it'd be quite cool because you could then double it up if you wanted to have a slightly bigger look, or you could have it quite a long necklace, but because it's individual and quite striking, it's a real talking piece, isn't it?
I think that's a really great idea. I love that. Should we get your price in? It's genuine kunzite. Let's take a look. Multicoloured strand, £11.95. Get this home. It stores lights. And it's a beautiful glowing gemstone. £11.95, 145 carats of this. You can almost see it glowing in the studio actually, can't you? Get it home to really see and make the most of that look though. £11.95 for these beautiful nuggets. ISRU 43, 46 even. Is your number on this, your code. Get your hands on it because I've not seen a strand like this before and it's beautiful. £11.95 is your price today. Ooh, how about a real nice pop of springtime colour? How about that? There's really, when it comes to green gemstones, there are not that many on the market. There's obviously your emeralds, but to get a real pop of almost neon green hue, it can only be peridot, can't it? And this is totally natural. Completely natural peridot. This hasn't been heat treated. It is from China. You've got 35 carats worth of this. China's a lovely location for peridot because you do get this really limey, zesty tone to it. 35 carats worth. It doesn't need anything doing to it. Mother Nature has done it all herself. Literally all we've done is taken it, made it into this shape and size and then brought it to you. We haven't heated it. We haven't added any waxiness to it. We hadn't, sometimes you can fill peridot as well. We haven't done that to it at all. It's completely natural, and to be able to get your hands on completely natural, genuine gemstone is something really to be admired and not to be missed, especially when you're getting 30 centimetres of it at this price. £9.95. It's completely untreated. Now, treatments, some heat treatments and pieces like that, it's acceptable, it's okay, but if you can get gemstones without it, it's seen as much more luxurious and much rarer, of course, because Mother Nature has done all of this by herself. When do you ever see this beautiful, limey, zesty green tone that has been created naturally? It's not been heat treated, it's not been waxed or filled, it's not coated. This is brought from Mother Nature to you, and it's just £9.95 for you on this today. 35 carats worth in total. It's a beautiful strand. And it's going to be yours today. £9.95 for you. Loads of people have been texting through for this next one. It is your Rio quartz. People are asking when this is coming up. Let's do it right now then, shall we? It's Rio quartz, so named of the location we get it from. This is from Brazil. Take a look at this little beauty for me. 130 carats worth. Now, this is a seriously sexy little number, isn't it? You've got this area of really zesty yellow, and then it almost goes down to this charcoal-like effect, doesn't it? 18 centimetres on this strand, 130 carats worth. It is from Brazil and it's beautiful lemon tone, but you have this darkened area at the base. Now it is brand new. I'm going to warn you though, we have had a lot of interest on this today, lots of texts in about this beautiful gemstone. So what I would say is it's important that you get your hands on it as soon as you can, because it's more than likely going to fly out of the door. It's Rio lemon quartz, 130 carats worth. It's a really unique shape and a unique look to this as well. Let's have a look at your price. You're gonna have to get yourself on the phone quick. £9.95 for this today. Have you ever seen Rio lemon quartz before? And if you have you ever seen it with this almost natural graduation of tone to it? Going from this really poppy, bright, beautiful yellow all the way down to this charcoal-like effect. Mix this with some ametrine or even some amethyst and you will be in design heaven. £9.95 for this today. The shapes themselves are really interesting, really beautiful. They will hang stunningly and go beautifully with every skin tone, because you've still got that beautiful transparency on these, haven't you? This is seriously eye-catching, isn't it? £9.95. There's plenty of you on the phone lines for this. You haven't seen anything like this before, have you? And you need to be checking out your baskets. I cannot tell you enough. There's 4 of you I can see at the moment with it in your baskets, but you're just sat with it there. Check out as many times as you want and do not worry. No extra postage and packaging. There's about a minute on the phone. Trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. This is such an interesting and unique gemstone. Get it home and enjoy it. And how about kind of a little bit of an Arabian Nights festival type thing? I've got my festival tickets for this year and I can completely see myself with this little beauty on. Can you see this kind of Arabian night type feel? And all you have to do with that is restrand, pop in some of those beautiful spaces that I had for you earlier on. I've got Barbara getting some, I've got Veronica, who else? Jude's got some, Arietta, Nicholas has got some as well, Stella, Joan, Barbara, Mary, Vicky, Kaylee as well. Plenty of people on the phone for this. It is your Rio and it's beautiful. VDRU 75. £9.95. It's got a real lovely pop of tone to it, doesn't it? Now there is a little bit of a queue on the phone. Val and Janine have just got themselves this strand. What I would say is I'm heading into limited stock. Now I am headed into limited stock. I've got way over 50% of my stock gone on this now at just £9.95. It's a totally unique looking gemstone, isn't it? Something that personally I have not seen anything like this before. I think it's completely stunning. What would you think of doing with this, Hannah?
It would be quite nice to see if you could make some sort of like links, maybe even with memory wire, and have some of them graduated at the bottom, so that you get like almost like a little arrowhead at the bottom of the loop.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, and then a bit
longer
sort of
one in the
Dreamcatcher-esque, that kind of thing, and use it like a pendant.
I think that's a fab idea.
That could be quite good. Yeah.
Really lovely idea, definitely. Get your hands on the last few right now. 0800 644 655. It's going to be your last chance to purchase it. £9.95. It's going to be a sellout. You're going to have to get yourself on the phone. There's about 10 of you with it in your basket and you're not checking out. If your internet's being stupid, press F5, should be on your keyboard near the top, or just refresh your browser and it should work. If not, it's worth getting yourself on the phone. Fill the phone lines. £9.95 for this beautiful 130 carats of Rio quartz today. Plain sticks. Sticks? It's not the best name for them, is it? Stalactites, I would say. £9.95 for you on this today. If you're looking at adding serious pops to your pieces, then why not meld in with that Rio, this beautiful citrine tone as well. 155 carats worth we've got on here. And these ones, wow, they're step cut, aren't they? But they're irregular shapes. How interesting is these to look at? Now the step cut itself is a little bit beautiful, I have to admit. I'd say it's my second favourite cut. You've got in here these rectangles that go across each surface, and if you look carefully, what you can see is the changing dynamics of the faceting. It kind of goes from rectangular to a checkerboard effect into the square. It really catches your eye and just pulls the light across the whole of the gemstone. You've got some beautiful, almost metallic, rich tones running through here as well. It's the gemstone of happiness. Let's give you a happy price. £14.95 for you on this beautiful gemstone strand today. Just really have a look and enjoy. £14.95 for you on this today. $14.95. You've got loads of different sizes in here, by 12 by 10 all the way to 24 by 17. Now, do you want to know something ridiculous about this? You see all the strength of colour? That's not false. That's not treated. This isn't heat treated. This is completely natural citrine. Now, we do not get totally natural citrine in very often at all, and because of that I think it's really important you get your hands on it. Now I know a lot of you out there aren't particularly interested maybe in getting your hands on gemstones that have been overly heat treated or treated in any way. This hasn't. This is completely natural, and also it's from Brazil, which really is kind of the location to get your citrine from, very much as I guess Zambia is the place to get your amethyst, or perhaps Paris is the place to get your croissant. It's a bit like that, but with gemstones. Brazil is the location to get your citrine. It's completely natural. It's a total phenomenon. It's £14.95 on this stunning strand for you today. 18 centimetre strand. Now, we haven't had one yet on today's show, but it's definitely worth bringing it to you now. You've had a few sneaky peeks. It's in now for your star buy. This is going to be a cracking star buy because we've got so many goodies in here that's totally brand spanking new. We're also going to be showing you a few things that you can even do with these because we did give it to the wonderful Hannah as her challenge. So I have got in here for you. Let's start off with the stuff you all recognise and know. You have beading thread, your elastic and your monofilament. In here you've also got 10 meters of your wax cord, And we've got your organza cord as well. Of your organza cord, you have your organza ribbon, sorry, you have 5 meters of each on these beautiful gold and lovely cream tone. Now, let's go to the memory wire. This is the memory wire that you will all recognise. You are getting in here. Let me show you the whole reel. You have got around 14 loops on each of these. 14 loops. So when I say loops, I mean a full circle. Now, to create a necklace or choker style effect, you're only actually going to need to use slightly over one of those circles. So you have the chance from this to make up to 14 necklaces essentially with the 14 different loops. Same goes for the bracelet size. So this is your necklace size. This one is your bracelet size. You've got plenty and plenty and plenty on here. You've got slightly more of the loops on these ones. Just unravel it a little bit. And you'll be able to just chop these out into place. If you are new to jewellery making, I always think this is the easiest way to start. It really is. Literally, all you have to do is strand on your gemstones, loop up the end, and you've got yourself a really beautiful wrapped bracelet that could, if you wanted to, be really dramatic, go all the way up your arm. And you've also got the wire, the memory wire ring setting too. Have you been a little bit worried to maybe get started on the rings? Perhaps you haven't got yourself a mandrel. This takes all the effort out of that. Because it's memory wire as well, it really does truly keep itself in shape. It really does. So this is your ring size. It will get it in a coil like this. You simply take it off, cut it where you want, strand on your gemstones, and you're done. Beautiful pieces in moments. So this is your silver colour. Let's bring you the stuff you've really been waiting for in this, shall we? You have got this stunning rose gold set as well in the beautiful neck size. You've got your neck, you've also got your bracelets, and you've got your ring as well. This is brand spanking new. You've never seen any of these before. These are brand new. We've not ever brought these to you. It's lovely that you're going to be able to get your hands on these rose gold colours, giving yourself something totally different, especially if you've been working with clearer gemstones. Perhaps you really like working with your quartz or anything that has some sort of transparency. To be able to offer a completely different look with this rose gold shining through is something special. You've also got your bracelet section here too. And not only have you got those 3 brand new goodies, you've also got it in gold. If you're looking for hot warmth, then this is going to be the one for you. Beautiful gold, again, in your neckline shape. If you're going to make a torque with this, honestly, it is so simple to make a torque with these, especially if sometimes you've been working, even with the higher gauges of wire, your torque can still bend out of shape sometimes. Even with a 1.5, it can bend out of shape. That just happens. Memory wire, you are not got that problem as much. And also, don't forget, although it is memory wire, you can do so much with this look. It's not just about stranding it on and creating over loop looks. You can do with this beautiful drops. You can do with this. You can kumihimo over this as well. Actually, I've done that before. It's beautiful because it comes up against the neckline. It's really soft and easy to wear, but it stays in place. Should we get your pricing? Because I've already got loads of people waiting with it in their baskets to see. Your price today is just £12.95. You are getting 3 sets of the rings, 3 sets of the bracelets, and 3 sets of the necklaces. But don't forget, you've got loads of loops on there, so you have the possibility to make so many pieces. You've got approximately 176 loops. 126 loops, sorry, you have approximately throughout these, which simply you can create around 100 pieces out of that, couldn't you, depending on how elaborate you want it to be. All your threading material, your wax cord and your organza too is £12.95. You've never seen the rose gold and the gold before, so it's your chance to get your hands on it right now. Started out with 200 exactly. I've now got, I started with exactly 200. That's the exact start. We've got to keep it going. We're nowhere near this. We haven't got any of this left. Well, 200 we started off with. I've not got 160. Nah, got way less than that. Honestly, there are so many of you on the phone lines, I cannot even explain. All of you people online, quite a lot of you are new online at the moment. Do check out your baskets. I started off with 200. I've got 86, even 81 left. These are genuinely started off with exactly 200. It's £12.95 for you today to get brand new memory wire. This is going to give you the chance to get a seriously new and stunning look to your pieces. Add warmth, add depth today. I can see loads of you are online, and if you are new, you might not know that. Do not worry, you can check out as many times as you want. It's only one postage and packaging until midnight tonight. So it's £2.95. Do get your hands on this. I started off with 200. I've got 48 currently, and these are completely flying out. We knew that they would. It is brand new. We haven't got any more hiding anywhere. This is just what you have here right now to get your hands on. £12.95, but I've only got 46 left. I started off with 200 with the beautiful gold colour and the beautiful rose gold of the memory wire. Honestly, it's going to give yourself a completely and absolute different look. There is around a minute on the phone lines for this, but trust me, it is worth the wait. 15 in baskets I have at the moment, but I've only got 44 left. Stay exactly where you are, it's worth it. Get your hands on it now, because once this is a sellout, it's gone. We don't know when we're going to be getting it back in. As always, testing the water with a new product, wanted to see how it's gone. Obviously, it's going really well. 38 left out of my original 200, so get it whilst you can. And also, let's have a look at fun and funky ways to use it. I am in love with the way you have created these pieces. Take a look. Memory wire isn't just about wrapping around and round and round. This is done so beautifully. 28 of these left. Tell us how you did this one.
Well, basically, I thought, well, because it's gold, I wanted to show off the wire itself. So I've just literally cut some of the spirals so that I think, is it 14 circles of loops of memory wire? So you just make sure you've got some that slightly overlap and chop them off, and then literally just sort of hook them over like over themselves, and then really because simple. It's memory wire, it stays closed. Yeah. So I mean, it's just that with some little wrap loops in between. Yeah. And I think it's a really dainty, delicate little necklace that you could wear, and then. The earrings that go with it, I've got the same thing. I've got the ring memory wire, cut them not quite in half, it's slightly more than that.
That is so funky.
Because you need to make some loops on either end, and then just attach them.
I love the movement to this.
With like little jump rings in between them.
It's just a ring shape, just cut.
Yeah. And yeah, alternate the little crescent moon shape so that it gives you like a little S shape almost.
I think that's really pretty. It's kind of undulating in and out, isn't it? And you've also created that beautiful ring. I am in love.
That ring is probably the most simple thing to do. I've just picked 3 beads, and with the memory wire ring wire that I got left, just thread them on, and then sort of keep threading it until it's in the centre of the piece that you've got left. And again, because it's memory wire, you don't need to do anything else. It will stay there.
I see.
If you wanted to, you could use like a 0.4 wire or something and just sort of make a little anchor point either side of the 3 central gemstones so that it definitely didn't come out. But that's it, really. You know, there's no magic wave wanding or wand waving rather going on.
Wave wanding.
I
just want to let you know I've got 14 in stock, but I've got 16 people with it in their baskets. 2 people are going to miss out, but also there's people on the phone. People can snatch that out of your basket, just so you know. It's going to be the first time you've ever managed to get your hands on all of these goodies together, including the brand spanking new gold and the brand spanking new rose gold as well. Literally 13 left, and there's 15 of you with it in your baskets. I've got people with it in their baskets in London, in Berkshire, in the West Midlands, in Lancashire, in Hampshire, in Somerset. You need to be checking out now, please, because you've got 2 people are going to miss out, guaranteed. 13 I have left of these. If you're furiously going, I'm trying to check out, take a breath, press F5 or refresh your page, and it should sort itself out. Or just call the number 0800 644 655. 10 of these left in stock, and still got about 15 of you online waiting for this £12.95. Can I just ask you, what size would you say these beads are that you created this beautiful ring with?
Well, what do you think? It was about
look around a 6 mil?
Yeah, about 6.
Yeah,
I'd say that, and then the same with the rondelles, slightly larger. Or you could just use one gemstone, as long as it's not too big, because you're just relying on the fact that it will sit between the spirals.
Yeah, I see.
So it can't be too huge.
Can't be massive, can it?
And then your traditional, stick on your gemstones, make it with your kids, and then they've got instant gratification, something they can say, look, I made this, and walk away with it.
This is a really, really simple technique, and a lot of the time where people will start, isn't it?
It's also a great way of using it. If you've got loads of sort of bits left over, the gemstones, things you don't know what to do with, don't be too precious about what gemstone goes next to what. Just thread them all on, because they look so effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, all mixtures of colours.
Don't look when you thread them on. Yeah, that's always mine.
Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Totally random, and they look really
think
effective.
these look so beautiful worn, don't they?
Yeah.
4 of them left. That is all
tan,
I have. Oh, look. Oh, I could be in Ibiza now, couldn't I? £12.95 for the last 4. It's brand spanking new. Thank you, Hannah, so much for all of your hard work today.
Thanks for having me. Sorry about the dropping things earlier with my scale mail.
I didn't even notice. Tell me when you're back with us next.
I'm back on Friday, I think it is.
In the morning?
In the morning, yes.
Have you got a clue what you're going to be doing?
Kind of.
Fab.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh, brilliant. I'm so happy for that. Now, I will be joining you back on Friday, and Ed is next with Miss It, Miss Out. What have we got?
Magic wire mesh.
Magic wire mesh for you on Miss It, Miss Out. See you soon.